Here we are in Austin, Texas at DKR, getting set for a Big 12 showdown on a big weekend in Austin. It's the Kansas State Wildcats at 3-1 against the 2-2 Texas Longhorns. And hello there, everybody. Justin Kutcher alongside Petros Papadakis and Coach Mark Helfrich. And Coach, we'll start with you. This Kansas State team is led by their quarterback, a guy who's tough, who's intelligent, and not a lot of people know about him, their quarterback, Jesse Ertz.
Jesse Ertz is good. He's a very underrated quarterback. He can beat you with everything, his arms, his leg, and his head. He's an experienced guy, great passer. He's one of 3 quarterbacks in FBS that leads their team in passing and running. Todd Orlando has his hands full with filling every single gap and accounting for him every time. Their receivers are struggling, so he's got to make up for it. They have a talented crew of tailbacks. Getting him involved in the run game early is big.
He reminds a lot of people of one of his coaches, Colin Klein, and Colin Klein was so tough to deal with defensively. Petro, speaking of defense, we were here for the opener for these Texas Longhorns. We saw what they did against Maryland. It wasn't pretty. They have flipped the switch, and they have been another team defensively.
Todd Orlando's defense gave up 51 points against Maryland. They are completely different now. When you watch them on tape, they fly to the football. They stopped hesitating and started playing the athletic brand of football Coach Orlando wants them to play. Malik Jefferson, Anthony Wheeler, Poona Ford as that cog in the middle. The nose tackle is almost immovable. They have been one of the most impressive defenses in the country since the wake-up call to start the year against Maryland here in DKR.
Team takes the field here in nearly a month at DKR to take on these K-State Wildcats. We talk about defense. How about the offense? Some changes for that. Let's check in with a 4th member of our crew, Shane Bacon.
Thank you, Justin. It will be Sam Ehlinger today, starting at quarterback for the University of Texas. The 18-year-old freshman started 3 weeks ago and was impressive at times against USC. 2 touchdowns, nearly 300 yards passing, but Texas did turn the ball over 4 times. They'll have to tighten that up. This is an offense that hasn't scored an offensive touchdown in the air in the first half of these 4 games.
All right, Shane, thank you very much. So they will have their hands full here. There is Sam Ehlinger, the freshman, making the start. As you said, his 3rd career start, his 2nd one here at home. He put up those numbers against USC, a kid who his coaches think very, very highly of. It should be fun here tonight in Austin. Get the cowboy boots ready. Kansas State against Texas. Kickoff is coming up next here on FS1. Back here in the capital of Texas, the Kansas State Wildcats against the Longhorns. A great weekend here in Austin. Lots of people here. The updated standings in the Big 12. This is the last game in the Big 12. It's been a wild day to say the least, as Oklahoma was upset earlier today by Iowa State. You saw that game on Fox. TCU just narrowly edged out West Virginia to stay undefeated. These 2 teams, K-State and Texas, both unbeaten. So at the end of this game, just 2 teams will remain undefeated in Big 12 play. K-State won the toss. They have deferred. Texas will receive. Guys, how about the keys to the game tonight?
Well, if you're K-State, you got to get after them up front. A reworked offensive line for Texas. Look for Will Gary and Trent Tanking to have a big-time impact on first down, and something's got to give. It's a great matchup of special teams. Punt and punt return is going to be key for both teams.
And for Texas, they have to transform their offensive identity. Part of that is getting Ehlinger out there. He's a tough kid who really likes to mix it up, but they have to run the ball. They have to find a way to run the ball on first down. Bill Snyder knows that. He wants to stop it.
Speaking of Bill Snyder, his 78th birthday is today. So happy birthday, Coach Snyder. Unbelievable. On the sidelines at 78 years old, and he has his team playing some football. Matthew McCrane will kick off. And the return out to the 31 by Kyle Porter. When Texas has the ball, Coach Elfrich, what are we looking for?
Well, the big storyline, obviously, Sam Ehlinger's third start here has been an alpha kid among a bunch of other kids, a lot of youth. There's going to be a new center, so when you flip that over to the Kansas State side, again, Will Gary being great on first down, Trent tagging, getting in the backfield and playing solid K-State defense.
He's tough to move. Look at him.
Here is the true freshman, Sam Ehlinger. Went to Westlake High School here in Austin. On first down. Rolling out to his left, takes the shot deep down the field, and that's picked off. Intercepted by DJ Reed.
Wow, that's great scheme by Texas, the coaching staff of Texas. That's a predetermined sprint out. That was by design, and he had his man cleanly. Again, Sam Ehlinger probably just took a little bit too long. You can see the pre-design. He's out, wide open space, green grass out in front of him, just underthrown slightly, and a tremendous play by Reed.
DJ Reed just went up and got it, an underthrown ball, and it looked like Tim Beck, the play caller for Texas, took a page out of the Baker Mayfield playbook. Move in the pocket, throw the ball down the field. Great idea, didn't work because of DJ Reed.
That was the same play they ran in the opener against Maryland when Bouchel got sacked.
So an early turnover here. Kansas State takes over at their own 26-yard line. Ertz. They'll keep it, and good pursuit right there. Brandon Jones. A loss of 2.
Really good discipline by Texas. They're going for a shot of their own, a little play action hop scup by Ertz. He ate it. There was nothing there.
It'll be interesting how this plays out because Kansas State very patient offensively. They wait for that run to set up. Texas very fast on defense. They might over pursue and leave a big gap.
On 2nd and 13. Ertz tipped up, and that's incomplete. Chris Boyd, the corner was there. 3rd and long coming up. And K-State with the ball, what are we looking for?
Well, they have one of the best tackles in the Big 12, and this guy can run block. Dalton Reisner has been battling an ankle, but he feels pretty good. And for Texas, we talked about the speed on that defense. Wheeler, Jefferson, stop the run, make Ertz drop and throw in 3rd and long situations. That's not what they want to be in.
They've done that 3rd and 13 here. Ertz throws towards the near sideline, incomplete for Byron Pringle. A 3-and-out forced by this Texas defense after the turnover.
The drops have been a huge issue for the Wildcats, Coach.
Yeah, and I mean, just right on the money. If you're Jesse Ertz and picked up a Todd Orlando zone blitz, Texas defensive coordinator, right on the money, would have had a first down, punted away.
So now Reggie Hemphill-Maps is back to return the punt by Nick Walsh. Hemphill-Maps, the fair catch made at the 25-yard line, a 52-yard punt. Well, the Texas offense was out for just one play. It was an interception. We'll see what they have on their next attempt against this K-State defense.
These are Domino's all-new Parmesan-dusted, garlic-seasoned, and cinnamon-sprinkled bread twists. How did we come up with such a clever name? We'll never tell. Choose any 2 of Domino's new bread twists or medium 2-topping pizzas for $5.99 each.
Truly stepped up, allowing just the 10 points off the turnovers. And they did a good job right there off the initial interception by Sam Ehlinger. On first down, the pass to Hemphill-Maps. And Hemphill-Maps It's 6 yards. And Texas will go hurry up. And now a flag is thrown for a false start.
False start. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Mike Tafee is the referee. The best arms in college refereeing.
Looks like Petros.
Yeah. Or Willie the Wildcat over there is pretty swole. It was Terrell Cooney with the false start. This has been a problem for Texas. They want to play fast. Coach Herman's offense wants to play fast, but it's hard to play fast when you have a freshman quarterback and you have a hard time lining up.
So that makes it 2nd down and 9 with Chris Horn in the backfield. Handoff is to Warren. And Warren can't make anybody miss. Looks like he might lose a yard.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Texas on the first down call. That was good to see. It shows the confidence that they have in Ellinger. They got 4 yards. That was a front side read as a throw and a run action play. So that RPO, run pass option, that's a lot for a guy to think about. Just shows the trust that they have in him.
3rd and long here for the Longhorns. Kansas State intercepted the first play of the game, and now they're trying to force a 3 and out. Ellinger design quarterback run, and they sniff that one out. Davis Clark with the tackle.
Yeah, great job with the twist game up front. Ball and Clark involved in it up top, and actually a whip. Sorry, that was a correction by Jake McMillan. Clark just beat his man clean and got Ellinger down. A big dude. Ellinger's a physical guy.
So now Michael Dixon on to punt. DJ Reed is the deep man. Byron Pringle, the short man, back for Kansas State. And this will go out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. A 45-yard punt here for Michael Dixon. Texas against Kansas State, the final game in the Big 12 on this Saturday here in October. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Cabela's. Get to Cabela's for all your hunting, fishing, and camping needs. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Tom Herman giving a hug and a kiss to every player before the game, showing the love he has for these kids. 2-2 so far in his first year as the head coach for the Longhorns. 22-4. And 2 seasons as the head coach at Houston. K-State went 3 and out on their first possession. Alex Barnes in with a fullback Dimmel. It's Barnes on the carry. And Barnes able to spin away, get forward for a couple of yards. Deshaun Elliott with a tackle.
I really like this back, Alex Barnes. They're very deep at the running back position for the Wildcats. They always are. This guy's just a sophomore, but 6'1", 225 pounds. He really holds the hammer for the Wildcats. If they're going to wear this Texas defense down, it'll be a lot with Alex Barnes and Jesse Ertz running the ball.
Barnes last week against Baylor, 13 carries, 80 yards. It was a 33-20 victory for Kansas State.
You can see the center judge getting over
That
the ball.
play clock is down to 1.
Yeah, K-State had a substitution error there. The Texas coaches were looking for a 12-man on the field flag. They never aligned in the formation. That's the reason they didn't get the call.
The offense declared their substitution late. Kansas State called a timeout prior to the delayed game. First timeout.
You were all over that one.
Well, that's a great explanation. Those D coordinators, they're awfully psychotic about that.
Timeout called by Kansas State. No score here in the first quarter. First quarter, not even 5 minutes in, and so far it doesn't look like Bill Snyder's enjoying his birthday very much.
But the thing is, he could be up 35-0 and be the same expression.
Had to burn a timeout. thanks to a late substitution. 2nd down and 8. Ertz with the pass complete to the far sideline to Isaiah Zuber. And Zuber takes it up a couple yards shy of that 1st down marker.
The key there is Jesse Ertz's accuracy. Throwing that right on his downfield armpit, letting Zuber just be a runner, create almost like a punt return situation on the perimeter.
The numbers on Ertz this season. Third and short. The pass comes to Barnes. Barnes has the 1st down as he takes it up to the 49-yard line. Picks up 9.
Really nice play call by Kansas State. Everybody in the building expecting them to go downhill, coach, and they get it out to the perimeter to Barnes.
Yeah, and they're bringing 2 off the edge here to get just so calm and cool by Jesse Ertz. Get Barnes the ball out on the perimeter, away from all that pressure. Great execution.
Ertz keeps it, makes a man miss. A 1st down here for Jesse Ertz. 15-yard run to Sean Elliott with the tackle.
That's the thing that's so deceptive. You watch this guy on film. Great job on the read. They are making him pull the ball. How they're playing it. Hughes is playing him, and then Deshaun Elliott just throws a whiff.
He was right there. He's
right
in good
there.
position.
He's untouched. 15-yard gain.
Brandon Jones also there for the stop. Hand off this time to Barnes. Barnes up the middle, slapping the turf as he realized he was close to breaking it. Malcolm Roach with the tackle.
And this is exactly who the Wildcats offense is and wants to be. Slow rolling run plays that knock Texas back. They've been doing that thus far. You'll see Barnes getting the ball, patient, reading, and then exploding into the 2nd level of the linebackers.
2nd down and 5. Barnes this time gets stuffed. He's going to lose at least a yard.
Right into the teeth of that zone blitz. Texas bringing 2 from the field. 2 linebackers off the edge right into the run play. Coach Orlando is going to bring him right here. There's 2 guys coming from that front side. They outnumber K-State. Malik Jefferson does a great job running over the top. Now he's going to coach him to run through that tackle and wrap up.
Really is a fabulous matchup between the defensive coordinator Todd Orlando and Dana Dimble. Texas great at stopping the run. Kansas State great at running it.
3rd and 7. Empty backfields. Ertz looking for somewhere to go. Nowhere to go. Gets taken down. Sacked down at the 37-yard line. A loss of 2. Malik Jefferson with his 2nd sack of the year.
Just a great picture in the secondary. Everybody's locked down. They end up bringing the pressure after they motion to empty. Great fit underneath. That's PJ Locke fitting up top, and Ertz, there's just nothing there. Good decision, be smart, try to create some with your feet. And Malik Jefferson is placed to the end. DJ, is that Deshaun Elliott finishing the play.
This will be a 54-yard attempt for Matthew McCrane. And that is good. Matthew McCrane, who last week was 4 for 4. His longest was 49, just connects from 54 to give Kansas State a 3-0 lead. Well, we thought special teams might have a big impact in this game. 54 yards out. Oh, yeah. 3-0 K-State here in the 1st quarter.
So I'm sure you've had sex with my mother.
Better Things, all new Thursday at 10 on FX. To watch previous episodes, download FX now.
3-0 Kansas State leading Texas here in the 1st quarter thanks to Matthew McCrane's 54-yard field goal. And look at the numbers. 45 of 51 in his career. That's the highest percentage in school history. I mentioned he was 4 for 4 last week. His 4 field goals, 37, 21, 49, and 23. Certainly a weapon for Bill Snyder.
They'll play in all 3 phases for Kansas State. The special teams have to be excellent with the style of football they play, and they are.
A short kick this time. Little Jordan Humphreys on the return. He just slips, able to fall up to the 20-yard line. Time for a game break. Let's go back to LA and check in with Greg Wolf.
All right, guys, wild finish back in Tallahassee. Final seconds, Miami trailing by 3. Malik Rozier to Darrell Langham. 23-yard touchdown would be reviewed and would stand. 5th lead change of the 4th quarter. Miami wins 24-20. They snap a 7-game win streak in the series. Justin, Mark, Petros, back to you.
Thank you, Greg. Big-time win for Miami. The struggles continue for Florida State on the season. How does Texas respond here after that field goal? Tennille Carter, the true freshman in the backfield, takes the handoff on 1st down, and Carter a good run on 1st down, and the coaching staff is really high on this true freshman.
But they're just not getting guys breaking tackles and making people miss, whether it's Chris Warren or Kyle Porter. So here's the freshman, recruited by Coach Herman, and they like his quick twitch ability. You saw a little bit of an explosion as he put his foot in the ground and went forward. He might have some more carries in this game.
Got 9 yards on that one, sets up 2nd down and 1. Kyle Porter comes in. Ellinger looking over towards the sideline. It's the handoff to Porter, and Porter will have enough for the 1st down, gets 2 yards.
Kansas State that time showing a man-free look, so they've got a free safety. Everybody else playing man. It's 7 guys in the box against that formation for Texas. Porter does a great job getting vertical. Back to what you were saying, Tennille Carter makes that guy miss more than he doesn't. That's what they love about him.
Texas goes empty backfield here as Kyle Porter goes to the top of your screen. Ellinger over the middle, throws, completes the pass to Reggie Hemphill-Maps. A 1st down, a pickup of 16 yards.
Great fit here on the finish. Sam Ellinger, there could be a little pocket that's going to develop right there for Hemphill-Maps right there. That ball has to be on time. That's a great response for him. A deep throw coming off that pick is a confidence builder for the young fella.
Tennille Carter back in at tailback. They give it to him again. Again, he makes a man miss. Picks up 6 yards. DJ Reed with a stop.
And here's the young man again. You get a freshman out there in space, you don't have to teach him much. Just do what you do with the ball and protect it. You saw he's got a little shake to him while going forward and falling forward. Good start for Tennille Carter.
Great job by little Jordan Humphrey there, getting him around the corner on the block.
Kyle Porter back in. 2nd down and 4. Hemphill-Maps in motion, shovel pass to him. And Hemphill-Maps has the 1st down. To the 41-yard line, gets 6.
A lot of perimeter runs thus far for Texas. They're still getting better. They're still developing what they do best in the offensive line. That's one thing to offset that, is make your receivers become your O-line, and that's a great strategy right now for Texas.
Ellinger again looking over. Fumble on the exchange. Ellinger dives on it, and it looks like he's recovered.
This is a rare field blitz on 1st and 10 for Kansas State. Great call by defensive coordinator Tom Hayes. Ellinger's trying to pull it out. We've got a pressure coming off this edge. He feeds it to Kyle Porter. His eyes are good. He's pulling the ball. He's just got to be just more confident. Just lose any hesitancy there at all. Great picture here of his eyes. Seeing DJ Moore come off the edge. I'm sorry, is that
Creemore?
Creemore, I'm sorry, coming off the edge. Got ejected last week. He's back.
2nd down and 11. Up the middle, Ellinger feet, lowers the shoulder, and finally gets shoved out of bounds by Kendall Adams. But the crowd loves that. 15-yard run by the freshman.
This is what they like about Ellinger. He threw a pick. He doesn't care. He keeps competing, coach. He fumbled, and Larry goes right down the field and lowers his head.
Much better fit up front time this by McMillan and the crew. Everybody turns their back. It's man coverage. There's nobody left for the quarterback. Huge hole and a big conversion from Ellinger.
8th play of the drive. The handoff, Porter up to the 24, gets 4. Denzel Goolsby with the tackle, the former wide receiver. 2nd and 6 coming up here for the Longhorns, trying to answer that field goal by Kansas State. Coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Ellinger forced out of the pocket, and he'll just throw this one away.
You know, Coach, it's been interesting with Texas because they haven't been able to run the ball very well, but they've done a good job of holding on to the ball. And Tom Herman and his offensive coordinator, Tim Beck, have found a way just to keep their defense fresh. Even though they haven't had much consistency on offense, it's really been an art the way they've called plays.
It really has. I know the Longhorn faithful aren't necessarily happy with the touchdowns and the quote-unquote play calling, but they've managed it well. This is a big 3rd down in the red zone.
3rd and 7 coming up. Ellinger to his left. Ball swung up. Caught. No, Jordan Humphreys. Inside the 5.
This is the old saw dog right here, Petros, right? Sam and Will, the outside linebackers on each side, coming off the edge. And Lil Jordan, this is Sam Ellinger, puts it at a perfect spot. Reed is coming off of another cover man. Goolsby is covering Humphrey inside out. And a great play by the big man and a confidence builder again for Ellinger.
1st and goal from the 3. Ellinger to the end zone. Incomplete. Was looking for Dorian Leonard.
Great finish that time by DJ Reed. Kansas State comes in a 5-down defensive lineman. They changed up the personnel this tight to the end zone. Texas identifies it, takes a shot to their big-time player, and DJ Reed answers the call.
11 plays, 77 yards. That's what Texas has done so far on this drive. The handoff to the end zone. Touchdown, Kyle Porter.
This will be close with the knee on Kyle Porter. He was kind of stepping through the weeds here. And we'll look at his left knee. Yeah, looks like it's down.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to come back. They'll take a look for sure. Kendall Adams, the safety, 21, comes in unblocked and can't get Porter down in the backfield. But that's what Texas is looking for. Make that guy miss somehow, some way.
The replay official is Don Capral and D. Anderson. Look for that knee.
Anything but the hand.
Easy. Right on the line.
What's your call, Petros?
He's down. You want to give me a layup, Coach? I'll take it.
To run the football in here right here would be a big deal for Texas. Again, just a confidence builder against an excellent rush defense in Kansas State. But it does look like his left knee's down before the ball crosses the plane.
Love the effort, though.
Absolutely.
From Porter, did a good job of trying to get to the end zone. It's just not easy to get that yard, Justin. It's hard.
That's why it's impressive what Winston Dimmel has done so well through his career for Kansas State.
Yeah, the fullback, they used him a lot in wildcat situations, put him back at tailback in short yardage.
The runner's left knee was down prior to crossing the goal line. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Not popular inside of DKR, Texas
So timeout.
Memorial Stadium.
When you asked Petros, what do you think? Was that an alley-oop or just a pass?
He can't jump very well. It's a pass. This will be an interesting call for Texas right here. Again, it would feel good for them to run the football in. 3rd and a yard. You have a ton of confidence in your defense. Do you go for it on 4th down if you're Tom Herman?
It's Kyle Porter still in the backfield. 3rd and goal from the 1.
5 down linemen in defensively for K-State.
Ellinger. And Ellinger gets stuffed. He's going to lose at least a yard.
That's great defense by K-State. They just mono matchup. 5-on-5 on those inside guys. You can see everybody just reset the line of scrimmage from K-State. Driving them back. There's 2-3 unblocked players.
They're going to go for it
Texas
here.
is going to go for it.
On 4th and goal. From the 3. Ellinger rolling out to his right.
Hemp maps.
Flag is thrown. It was incomplete.
And this is going to be a tough call in K-State. Ellinger had him early. Hemp Maps was wide open early. He found him late. I don't know. I'm not sure what he was looking at. There's going to be some discussion. Did he step out maybe? Is that an illegal touch? And come back in.
And either way, you were talking about confidence builders. Texas unable to run it in, try to throw it in on 4th down.
Yeah.
That's good in the long run for the Kansas State defense, who is very disciplined on every level.
Pass interference. Offense, number 6, blocking downfield. That penalty's declined. Ball goes over on down.
So Devin Duvernay there was called for it. It wasn't a pick. He just kind of pushed off and blocked as Hemp Hill Maps ran he kind of runs a delayed flag route. And here's Duvernay 6. Gets called for that. That is a tough one.
Yeah, they're really calling that this year. I mean, they're emphasizing that without a doubt. And some of them, like that one, aren't very legit.
So 14 plays, 79 yards, and no points to show for it. And now the defense has a chance to make a stand for Texas as they trail 3-0 with 1:18 to go here in the opening quarter. 6th time this year that Texas has gone into the red zone and come away with no points this year. Justin Silman in the backfield here for Kansas State. Silman able to drag Gary Johnson for a couple of yards.
Silman's not their biggest back, 195 pounds, but a good job getting behind his pads and his big guys up front and grinding to get those two. That is a huge play coming out of the end zone.
Absolutely got a lot of room to work with. The ball's back in the middle of the field so they can kind of do whatever they want.
Second down and 8. Ertz keeps it. Snipped out. He's going to be down. They're going to mark him down, I believe, at the 2. Deshaun Elliott and Chris Boyd were both right there.
Again, great defense by Todd Orlando. We've got an edge pressure coming. There's Boyd on the edge pressure, and then Elliott comes back over the top, being disciplined. That is so key. They've got a guy on the tailback and a guy on the quarterback. If not, that's a huge game.
When it was one-on-one between Ertz and Elliott, Elliott lost. When he had a little help, you see how much different it can be.
3rd and 11. Ertz from his own end zone. They will not get the play off before the quarter comes to an end. I tell you what, with the score being just 3-0, there's a lot of action right there. That is the end of the first quarter. It is 3-0 Kansas State. FS1 College Football will return after these messages. In that opener, but since then, wow, have they been good. And right now, guys, they have a chance to step up yet again.
Yeah, this is an attack down if you're Todd Orlando in the defense. The defensive coordinator for Texas, 3rd and extra long. Loved what he had to say. It was a wake-up call. We were too hesitant. We were lacking confidence. We have to attack Kansas State. It's their most physical test today.
3rd and 11 coming up. The ball's on the 2-yard line. Jesse Ertz back in his own end zone. They're making some noise here at TKR. Pump fake. Ertz. And that's incomplete. Intended for Isaiah Zuber. There is a flag on the play.
Uncharacteristic call by the K-State offense coming out of their end zone. A pump fake and a try for a double move down the sideline. Jesse Ertz was pretty comfortable back there throwing it.
Yeah, Holton Hill's going to get flagged. They'll take it. It was a double move. He was beating the slant and go, and he just fit it with his hands while the ball was in the air. Easy call for the officials. Double move. There's the slant and the go. DBs are sometimes caught if they feel like they're beat to just take one for the team, take the 15-yard.
You want some football terminology? Slant and go.
Sluggo.
Sluggo.
That's a big one right there. 3rd and 11 backed up at their own 2. And now a first down at the 17. Handoff to Silman. Malik Jefferson right there for the tackle.
This is really what Coach Herman wants to avoid with this Texas defense. They're good, they're fast, they don't hesitate right now, but the longer they're out there, the more difficult it is to stop the waves of the Kansas State run. Now that they have a new set of downs, they're going to start leaning on them again. There's Todd Orlando, one of the most innovative defensive coordinators in the country against the run.
Ertz over the middle, completes the pass to Dalton Schoen. Schoen's got speed, racing to the end zone. Touchdown, 82 yards. Second touchdown of the year for Dalton Schoen. His other one was 70 yards.
Well, it almost looks like a carbon copy of what we saw Texas do against Maryland. There's nobody in the middle of the field. So as you see Schoen break to the post, Ertz comes off the play fake. Great timing, and there's nobody home. P.J. Locke is outside his leverage, and Schoen in German, that means beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful in-stride accuracy by Ertz there to Schoen, and I guess I was wrong about Kansas State taking the air out of the ball.
Longest play of the year for the Wildcats. Jesse Ertz to Dalton Schoen. Here and again it comes after that pass interference to extend the drive. The sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas, takes it to the house. 10-0 K-State over Texas here in the second quarter.
Tom Brady's not going to be playing football at 43.
I believe he can play 5 more Super Bowl caliber years. This is undisputed.
Well, just a great job here by K-State's offense, and what makes Jesse Ertz so difficult to defend, it's the run-pass threat. So both the linebackers, eyes in the backfield. The Mike linebacker has to be all the way back in the middle of the field. They're not expecting this. And then Schoen fills that void right behind it. Ertz hits him in stride, and it's a foot race between him and P.J. Locke. Huge play for the Wildcats.
That is so difficult for those linebackers, expecting to hit somebody, expecting the run, and all of a sudden you're not back far enough and it's going the other way. You don't expect that from the Wildcats, but they can do it.
McCrane kicking off. Kyle Porter from the 3. Porter up to the 28-yard line. Tackled by Colby Moore. Time for a game break. Let's go back to L.A. and check in once again with Greg Wolf.
All right, guys, number 1 Alabama in College Station to face Texas A&M. Alabama's won their last 2 by a combined score of 125-3. This is Damian Harris, and he can motor 75 yards for the score. Alabama leads at 7-3 first quarter. Justin, Mark, Petros, back to you.
All right, thank you so much. It seems like that Alabama team just keeps on rolling year after year. Tennille Carter starts this drive in the backfield. He takes the handoff on first down and turns it upfield. And he'll get 4 yards on first down. Jade Kirby with the tackle.
Pivotal drive here for the Longhorns. They had a good, nice long drive. Couldn't punch it in their last possession. And I think that's why they're going with Sam Ehlinger. I don't think he's affected by mistakes. I don't think he's affected by the pick or fumbles. He just goes out there and keeps playing it. And that's what Texas needs right now to find some consistency on offense.
You mentioned that last drive, 14 plays, 77 yards, almost 6 minutes and no points. Ehlinger with time, completes the pass to Hemphill Mess. Excuse me, to Gerard Hurd. Gerard Hurd, who's actually the third string quarterback, picks up 10 yards. Hurd got 19 stitches in his right hand prior to the Iowa State game. There's Shane Buechele, who's the backup tonight. Buechele, an ankle injury, didn't get many reps in practice this week. And off to Carter. You can just see he's a different style back. As soon as he gets it, he turns upfield.
You see the quickness or the electricity in his body, and it's just not happening with the other two backs. That being said, this is a very good tackling Kansas State team. And Trent Taking got a hold of him and took him down.
Yeah, Creemore was the unblocked player that turned that back in. Great fit by him.
On 2nd and 5, Ehlinger again completes the short pass to Colin Johnson for the first down.
That's two trips to the boundary flat. That's the close side that Texas is working here out of empty. One time to Hurd. It's been effective on this drive.
Ehlinger looking over to the sideline. Carter up the middle, gets 3. Will Geary with the tackle.
Coach, when they throw that out to the flat, those hitch routes, are they trying to get the corner to come up?
Those two things, I think they're manufacturing a run game like you talked about. How can we be creative and get 5 yards? And then absolutely, you'll see if that guy flinches. They ran a vertical route with a flat route in behind it, and that puts that corner in a bind.
Ehlinger on 2nd and 7 goes far side to Hurd. Hurd, nice move along the sideline. Gets the first down and more, up to the 30, gets 13 yards.
Ehlinger has shown his arm strength. They've got a route to the wide field flat now, all the way up to the top. Hurd squares up, makes more miss, gets 6-7 extra yards after the catch.
That's a big physical guy running out there on the perimeter. Not a lot of pressure on Ehlinger so far.
Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator, calling these plays, managing this offense.
Former Bill Snyder graduate assistant back at K-State.
Ehlinger stepping up, moving along in the pocket, throws. And that's incomplete for Hurd. Could not come down with a foot in bounds.
Really good job staying alive there by Sam Ehlinger. That's the play again, almost like the first play. He needs that ball gone about 3 steps sooner. As he gets more experience for a right-hander, you got to push that left side around and get it out to give Hurd a chance. Great job keeping his eyes downfield, though.
Kyle Porter comes into the backfield on 2nd down and 10. Humphrey in motion. Ehlinger over the middle, completes the pass to Colin Johnson. 18-yard completion for the first down, up to the 12-yard line.
They got a little more pressure on him that time, but Will Geary really gave Ehlinger a shot there at the end of the play.
Yeah, Geary, when Ray Price in there late, that was a great job of finishing your throw by Sam Ehlinger. Something so important with pressure in your face.
They're going to mark him down at the 13, so it's 1st and 10 from the 13. Ehlinger. Breaks the tackle.
Again, this is an RPO, a run-pass option. Ellinger, you can see he's showing the ball to the tailback, so he can show it, stick it in his belly. If he sees a leverage play where Hemp Hill Maps is outside of, in that case, the Kansas State safety, he'll give it to him.
He got 8, second down and 2. Ellinger lofts one out to the end zone. Incomplete, looking for Colin Johnson against Duke Shelley.
Now Texas is in another one of those situations. A lot of this spread out stuff does not work when you get inside the 10, especially against such a disciplined defense. What are they going to call to try to punch it in or at least get a first down? There's Johnson. Never really had a chance at that one, and well defended.
Yeah, that's where, Sam, you got to give him a chance. That's your 6'6" wide receiver on a 5'9" Duke Shelley, and Duke Shelley competes his way out of it.
11th play of the drive coming up. 3rd and 2. They can get the first down. They can get to the 3. Porter up the middle. He's got the first down. It's 1st and goal from the 1 coming up.
That's a really good hit by Kyle Porter. That's the hardest we've seen him run. That's going to be a direct byproduct of seeing Antonio Carter play a little bit more. But a great job just hit and miss. Cade Brewer whiffs, but makes his defender run around him, and Porter gets a first down.
It's Porter again. Porter to the end zone. Touchdown.
And celebration there for Texas, because that's exactly what's been missing from their offense. Can you line it up twice and get in the end zone about 4 yards against a really disciplined defense? Not easy to do. You see Porter, the offensive line, gets a pretty good push, still having a really hard time moving Will Geary, but they get it underneath him, and a big victory for the Texas offense.
The extra point is good. Well, you said it. That was a big drive for Texas. They got 7 points out of it. They needed those 7. It's a 3-point game here in the first half. Kansas State leading 10-7.
Washington State, Oregon, tonight at 8 Eastern on Fox.
FS1 College Football is sponsored by the Lincoln Continental. Back here in Austin, Texas. 10-7. K-State leading the Longhorns after a 12-play, 71-yard drive. That took over 4 minutes. The freshman Sam Ellinger 5 for 7 on that drive. And as you guys said, confidence building for the offensive line to punch it in.
Absolutely. The highlight there for everybody in this building wearing burnt orange is a 1-yard TD run.
Joshua Rowland to kick off. Byron Pringle and DJ Reed are back deep. Nice grab there by DJ Reed. He won't get a chance to return, but that was impressive. The American League playoffs continue tomorrow on FS1 at 2 Eastern. Fenway will be rocking as the Red Sox return home for Game 3 against the Astros. And our coverage shifts to the Bronx at 7:30 as the Yankees take on the Indians in Game 3 of their series. Tomorrow, FS1 and Fox Sports Go. That's where you can find all the action for the American League playoffs. K-State takes over now at the 25-yard line. With time, and an open receiver in Isaiah Zuber, and it looked like that ball just got away from him, almost like slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, I think he was just surprised the flag route was so wide open that time to Zuber. Holton Hill came off the edge and created a little bit of pressure, but there's no way Ertz could have felt that.
Those numbers on Ertz a bit misleading because of the 99 yards, 82 of them came on that touchdown pass to Dalton Schoen. 2nd down and 10. Quick pass to Schoen. Schoen makes a nice grab as he gets shoved out of bounds by Brandon Jones.
And that's the difference between throwing a bubble route to a receiver and a back. There's no back in the world that makes this catch, but you throw it out there to a wide receiver. Now that is impressive. Did he grab that one hand with the left?
Confident one-hand lefty.
Wow.
Pringle gets away with a little grab of Chris Boyd's shoulder pads outside there. Interesting third down here.
3rd and 4. Ertz pumps, has an open receiver again, hits him. Dominic Heath.
Well, it's exactly what you talked about earlier, Petros. That high-low on the corner. The corner was peeking in the backfield and gets gashed with the pump fake. You watch Ertz, great eyes, great timing when the guy's wide open, get the ball to him. There's no way that Brandon Jones can get to that ball. Great spot by Ertz.
A 39-yard completion to Dominic Heath on 3rd and 4, and they're down to the 30-yard line of Texas.
What's with the Wildcats air show?
Handoff to Alex Barnes. And Barnes,
there you go, Petros,
gets 11 yards on 1st down, brought down by Anthony Wheeler.
Alex Barnes is put together. We were looking at him in pregame. He is all just geeked out. Good finish there by Barnes. I love Bill Snyder's comment about him. He loves him. He says he's playing his tail off, but he just said it so kind of slyly. He has a lot more in the tank.
He's got his own knees and elbows when he runs the ball. That's not easy or fun to tackle.
1st and 10 from the 19. Ertz. He will throw to Dimmel. And Dimmel goes down. He'll be marked down at the 6-yard line. Winston Dimmel, good hands as a fullback.
Really frustrating for a defense to have that hesitation by the quarterback, and then he throws a Tebow-style jump pass that Dimmel didn't have to jump to get.
And that's exactly what it is, a play-action pass, and the action is the quarterback. Again, so hard to defend Ertz.
So now 1st and goal from the 6. Barnes is back in at tailback. Play clock down to 1. Barnes trying to get around the edge. Flag is thrown. Barnes reaches for the end zone.
Yeah, I think they're going to get him for illegally holding to get around the edge.
Are you saying that wasn't a legitimate edge?
The edge was legitimate. The means to get to the edge, maybe not.
Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
That's against Scott France, the left tackle.
So you see France here just trying to work his way as Barnes is working to the outside. That's a 2-point takedown. Kansas is a big wrestling state. And Charles O'Many, he was 6'7". That's a lot of guy to hold.
He didn't have to do it.
Yeah, uninvolved.
So now it's 1st and goal from the 16. Ertz, he'll run up the middle and dive forward. Down at the 12-yard line, gets 4.
It's a battle of the quarterback draws.
They're both good at it, too. Ellinger and Ertz. Ertz a much more proven player in this conference. Year after year has been very good for Kansas State. We talked about how underrated he is. Ellinger, like you said, Coach, we saw him in warm-ups. He's thick.
2nd and goal from the 12.
This is where you can't treat Ertz like a normal quarterback and empty. He's a tailback and a quarterback.
Ertz throws it like a quarterback, and his 2nd touchdown pass of the game to Dalton Schoen. One was 82 yards, this is 12 yards.
We talked about gaining confidence. I think Schoen is the most confident guy in the building right now.
One-headed catches, 2 touchdowns. He's here again. They're showing blitz. They bluff out of it. And Schoen cuts across P.J. Locke's face, which cannot happen in the red zone.
Matthew McCrane on for the extra point. (17-7). On 3rd and 4, a pump 39 yards to Dominique Heath. And a jump pass to Winston Dimmel. And then a 12-yard touchdown pass to Dalton Schoen. Back up to a 10-point lead for the Wildcats.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like banging their head on a low ceiling, drinking spoiled milk, camping in poison ivy, getting a paper cut, and having their arm trapped in a vending machine. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Tomorrow on FS1, the Astros look to close out the series against the Red Sox. Then, the Bronx Bombers look to keep their season alive against the Indians. The ALDS, tomorrow starting at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific on FS1.
Bill Snyder's Wildcats are leading 17-7 as we take a look back at the touchdown pass from Jesse Ertz to Dalton Schoen.
Well, Texas is bringing pressure here. McCullough's actually unblocked and is in Ertz's face. The problem is right here as Schoen pushes up on P.J. Locke. He has to be inside of this route. He's not. Great throw and catch, great execution by Ertz, and a really good job of trusting Schoen to make that happen.
Dalton Schoen, first 4 games, 141 yards. Tonight, already 100, but look at this. The second quarter, it has been K-State's quarter this year. Mitch Lockbeeler kicking off. Kyle Porter on the return. And Porter gets leveled as he crosses the 20-yard line. Takes the hit from Elijah Sullivan. Wow.
Elijah Sullivan, a sophomore out of Tucker, Georgia. Kickoff team is fun, and it's also horrible. There it is.
You hear that from up here?
Porter's back was to him. That's a free shot.
The ball almost comes out. Porter does a great job. That's a hard one when you get hit in the back like that. Petros would never fumble what some backs do.
All right, what's the answer here by Texas with 6:23 to go here in the first half? Tennille Carter in the backfield. Couple of true freshmen with Ellinger. And Ellinger keeping it. Ellinger, look at the freshman go. Dragged down from behind by Denzel Goolsby, but a 21-yard scamper by Sam Ellinger.
Nice strong run by Ellinger. And pay attention to the end of this play. I think this is a product of all the targeting calls we've had. Kendall Adams does a great job, number 21, of holding up there and not knocking the head off of the quarterback. He was defenseless, and that would have drawn a flag. That's pretty smart. I think a few years ago, you would have seen a very violent hit.
Great point.
Carter tries to go low against Duke Shelley. Shelley got lower, but a 5-yard run for Carter. It seems like every time he touches, it's at least 5 yards.
Yeah, that's a big-time first down play for Texas. They love that power read on the perimeter. Going back to that the first down by Ellinger, empty quarterback run has been their most effective run game that we've seen this year.
Chris Warren now in the backfield. Petros, who said last drive was very important for Texas to get points. They got 7. This drive also important right now for the Longhorns. Ellinger swings it out. Caught by Gerard Hurd. Hurd will come up a few yards shy of that first down marker.
Third string quarterback is the #1 target right now for Sam Ellinger, the freshman.
Gerard Hurd, a great high school quarterback at Denton Guyer, just north of Dallas.
Well, that might be job security. If I keep on throwing in the ball, he can't come in to replace me.
Absolutely. Ellinger's a sharp kid.
Warren goes in motion. They fake to him up the middle. Ellinger's got the first down.
You can hear on our audio everybody on the K-State sideline saying, watch the quarterback drop, watch the quarterback drop. When the tailback motions out, this is a big tendency of Texas. There he goes. Now the box is 5-on-5. You can see 5 offensive linemen on 5 defenders. Ehlinger with excellent ball security. Big game.
Really good block by Jake McMillan on Trent tanking as well to free up Ehlinger for that first down run.
Made up for that last time when he got the win.
Ehlinger completes to Colin Johnson. For more on Sam Ehlinger, let's check in with Shane Bacon.
Yeah, Justin, after that drive by the Longhorns, Ehlinger ran off the field. The first player to congratulate him and tell him great job, Shane Buechele, of course, the winning quarterback last week for the University of Texas over Iowa State.
I think Shane wanted to get that in because Shane Buechele, he wanted to drop the name Shane there.
It's a nice name.
But it's also great leadership by Shane Buechele, a great teammate. Rolling out, Ehlinger. Takes field, wide open. Warren racing to the end zone. Waiting for the side. Touchdown. 33 yards. First receiving touchdown of the year for Chris Warren.
This is an offshoot of that first play of the game that was a pick. You'll see the drag route. They got another 2-man game over here. And then watch Warren work his way out of the backfield. Ehlinger does a great job of setting his feet that he didn't do on the first throw of the game. And on a wide open wheel route, great call by the Texas offensive coaches.
And Warren is their best receiving back. Probably their most experienced guy. They like getting him out of the perimeter. Does a good job of hauling it in and finishing the play. And I think this is why Ehlinger's out there. You know, you just heard it. He's well liked by his teammates, even the guy he's starting over. You just heard Shane Bacon on the sideline talk about that. He plays with a freedom. He doesn't seem to be caught up by any mistakes. He just goes out there and lets it rip. And that's what this team needs.
Joshua Rowland on for the extra point. Once again, it's a 3-point game. The first receiving touchdown in the career of Chris Warren III. Goes for 33 yards. A lot of threes. And it's back to a 3-point game here in Austin with Kansas State on top of Texas.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime moving day in the Big 12 as an unlikely side plants a flag at Oklahoma's midfield. And see how TCU went from unranked to top of the conference. Plus, will #1 Bama avoid the upset bug in College Station? Justin Petros, coach. See you at the half.
Rob, thank you very much. Back here in Austin, it's a 3-point game with 3:25 to go here in the first half. 6 plays, 78 yards, just under 3 minutes. The first receiving touchdown in the career of Chris Warren III. A 33-yard touchdown catch. And they're jumping on the sidelines for the Longhorns. Joshua Rowland to kick off with Byron Pringle and DJ Reed back deep. Reed. He will take a knee for a touchback. Time for a game break. Let's go back and get a crazy one from Greg Wolf.
And Justin, thanks. 3 times there have been 7 overtimes in the college football game. We now have a 4th. Western Michigan and Buffalo. 7th overtime. Jarvian Franklin, his 3rd touchdown. All of them came in OT. Western Michigan wins 71-68. I'm going to put the over-under for most overtimes in the game at 2.5 for Mark and Petros.
What were the most overtimes you guys were ever a part of?
After 2, you just get tired of walking out with the captains and flipping it.
So stressful. Every snap matters. That's the great thing about college's overtime.
Ertz on first down, airing it out. Incomplete for Isaiah Zuber. Just stopped his route.
Now, obviously, Coach, Kansas State's still trying to throw the ball down the field. How does Todd Orlando adjust to this? Because these guys are open.
Yeah, and he beat him there, too. Ertz wish he had that one back. He was wide open. I think they're going to continue to play their game as far as zone pressures, but always have a single high safety or have somebody high. Every time they've been in a no safety look or a down safety look, a quarters look, they've gotten gashed in the play action game.
When Kansas State became Miami in the 80s, but they're throwing it like that.
Second down and 10. The handoff to Barnes. Barnes Gets tackled by Chris Boyd for a loss of 1.
Now this has become a big third down for Kansas State because Texas has shown some ability to score quickly.
Absolutely, and if you're Tom Herman, you're putting yourself in the hip pocket of this side judge right here and taking a timeout immediately if this ball's inbounds and short of the first down.
3rd and 11. Pressure coming. Ertz goes down. Sacked by Malcolm Roach.
Again, great coverage. It turns into a 0 blitz. And Roach just outplayed Scott France because everybody was covered. You see some guys drop out from the right side of your screen. Malik Jefferson under a route, had the dig route there for a first down, but then Malcolm Roach just played longer than Scott France. He's in good position. Continue to use your hands, and he just gets beat around the horn.
No timeout called.
Surprised by that.
You and me both. Breaks a couple of tackles, takes it out to the 50 with 1:56 to go and 3 timeouts remaining here for Texas. Chase Johnston with a special teams tackle. Tomorrow, catch a full slate of NFL action starting at 1 Eastern as the Panthers battle the Lions, followed by America's Game of the Week. This is a good one. The Packers and the Cowboys at 4 Eastern. Check your local listings.
Surprised really on both sides of that. Surprised K-State didn't milk the clock a little bit more, snap it with 1 second left, and that would have been about 30 seconds less for Texas to work with.
Interesting clock management on both sides.
Chris Warren in the backfield. Humphrey in motion. Pass to Humphrey, makes the nice catch. Extending those hands up to the 34-yard line, a 16-yard completion.
Great spot here. Watch Ellinger finish with his hips right there, driving this ball through right over the top of the outstretched hands, but not over the outstretched hands of Lil Jordan Humphrey right in front of Kendall Adams.
Ellinger forced out of the pocket, and Ellinger takes a hit up to the 28-yard line, gets 6. They do have 3 timeouts. They want to use one. Trent Tanking with the tackle, his 4th of the first half.
Yeah, Jake McMillan just threw another whiff. He's having a tough time in there man-to-man in any kind of pass protection situation.
Flag is thrown in the backfield. It's a first down for now by Warren. Let's wait to see what this flag is going to be for.
And Texas is finding some consistency offensively. The flag may set them back, but they look a lot freer than they have in the last few weeks.
Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
It's been the most consistent offensive lineman.
Exactly. Patrick Vahe. It's an easy one, and he looked guilty. As soon as an O-lineman stands up and kind of looks over his shoulder, he's a guilty party. You can see it right off the bat.
That's a big penalty right there. Backs them up all the way to the 38-yard line. Warren goes out in motion. Ellinger quickly gets rid of it to Hemphill. Maps has some room to run. And Hemphill Maps gets tackled by Kendall Adams. That's a good tackle by Adams, just hanging on to his foot.
And that is the marquee identity of the Kansas State defense. They are good tacklers. You got to earn it against them, and that looked like it could maybe go to the house. Great job by Adams wrapping up on a guy who's very hard to tackle in Hemphill Maps.
And I believe this is the official calling for the timeout to get maybe a measurement.
Exactly. Texas will still have 3 timeouts. Right here, you're talking to your team, get them on the ball immediately and snap it as soon as this is administrated. Great call there by the Texas offensive coaches right into the blitz of K-State.
According to our yellow line, this would be a first down. And our yellow line is correct. It's a 14-yard completion.
Get these guys lined up. Get these guys lined up. You can see the Texas coaches. These are all the situations this guy hasn't done a lot of. But you can see his confidence. kind of build here, but all these management situations, as soon as the referee chops the ball ready for play, they'll start the clock, and Bill Snyder's taking his sweet time to get off the field up top. He deserves it. It's his birthday.
The 78-year-old right now not happy with what he's seeing on the field. Ellinger pumps. Throws towards the sideline. And that, they're going to say, is incomplete to Dorian Leonard. He was struggling and out of bounds.
Great protection for Ellinger that time, and he did a good job trying to figure it out and find it.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. This was really close. His left foot is definitely in. They said he was bobbling it. They might take a look at that one. Great protection, like you said, from a no line that's been taking a lot of heat.
Much maligned.
Pass. That plays under further review.
And then to create, after all that protection and time, to be able to get outside and create and throw a very pinpoint pass to Leonard on the sideline that we're looking at now. Heel toe is in.
The ball's definitely, or the foot is definitely in. Yep. Now it's all about
you got to catch it twice there. I think it's incomplete. I think that one's going to stand.
Yeah, the toe.
Let me ask this question. Watch the bobble. Watch him get it back, and then look for the toe. Is the toe still down?
I think he's in. Watch this. I can do this. Zoom it right there. Oh, no, I can't do that. I think he's got the ball right there. That's a great shot.
Does he
Your
have
thoughts?
possession?
Still moving.
Let's bring in Dean Blandino right now and see what he thinks.
Come on, Dean,
you
be on my
you
side.
heard what Coach Helfrich just said. What's your take?
You know, you guys had an easy one earlier, and I didn't come on. Now you give me the tough one.
That's why you're the best.
You know, it's all about control. When does he gain control of the football? Because that back foot, look at that toe, it may still be on the ground as he's coming up. When does he gain control? This is really close. I don't think there's enough to change the call on the field here.
Thank you,
Okay, so
Dean.
the call on the field is incomplete. And Dean made the call a couple of weeks ago with the Baylor-Oklahoma game that we were all shocked with, and you were spot on. So I'm going to go with Dean here.
It's a catch. As an offensive homer, it's a catch. Come on, Dean.
As a lifelong contrarian.
Where's Pereira?
As a lifelong contrarian, it's incomplete.
Pereira took off. Pereira's not here. I'm by myself.
He's getting his vests pressed.
Yeah, for tomorrow.
Mike Tafee on the headset with Don Capral as they're talking things over. With 44 seconds to go, Texas still has the 3 timeouts remaining.
After further review, the receiver got his left foot down with possession at the 8-yard line. It's a catch, first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Dean, you can't see this right now, but Coach Helfrich is bowing and thanking the crowd.
No question about it, right, Dean?
You know,
Not even
they thought
close.
it was obvious. Not even close. They thought it was obvious. That ball's moving. I stand corrected, Coach.
Not me. I'm playing it under protest.
It's a 16-yard completion, and now it's first and goal from the 8-yard line with 3 timeouts remaining for the Longhorns. Ellinger to keep it. Makes a move. Diving forward up to the 3. Picks up 5. Trent Tanking and Jay Kirby combine for the tackle.
And here's that situation again. Inside the 5, clock is ticking. Texas wants to push him back. Can they?
Kansas State's going to take a timeout.
Yep. So as Kansas State takes a timeout, we'll take one as well, with Texas knocking on the doorstep right now.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Well, coming up, it's a State Farm FS1 College Football Halftime Show with Rob Stone, Dave Wannstedt, Matt Leinart, and Robert Smith in Los Angeles. It's 2nd and goal from the 3 right now for Texas, and this is big. Why? Because Kansas State is 56-3 when leading at the half since 2009. They have won their last 9 when leading at the half. So here they are with Texas trying to take the lead. Ellinger again will keep it. Ellinger gets taken down shy of the end zone by Jay Kirby. What a tackle there by Kirby.
Great job by Kirby finishing it, but watch all the dirty work done by these guys inside. It bounces the play outside. Kirby runs over the top and keeps Ellinger from getting to the end zone.
Think about how many times you see a guy go for that tackle and then spin and throw that player forward. He didn't throw him forward. If he does, he's in the end zone.
Absolutely.
That's some steer wrestling there by Jade Kirby. He did a good job of just kind of pulling his upper body away from the goal line. And Ellinger, I got to say, very confident right now.
Question.
He was jumping out and swaggering on his way out to the field. There you see Coach Snyder and what they can do as far as controlling a game. And this is a big moment.
This is why this is so big right now for Texas.
Texas still with 2 timeouts. 3rd and goal. They can do anything. They can make sure they're in their ideal play. They can line up, see the defense that K-State's showing, call timeout. They can run the ball, call timeout before they kick the field goal, or go for it before halftime.
Patrick Vahe was just yelling at his teammates.
Goal line defense right here.
Ellinger, hands up, touchdown, Kyle Porter just walking in. Second touchdown of the night for Porter, and that gives Texas the lead.
Again, another rushing touchdown for the Longhorns. K-State was in their goal line defense. Porter cut it all the way back. You see these guys going with the submarine technique. They try to just undertow everybody. Porter cuts it back. He's not down in touch football.
First lead of the night for the Longhorns. Rollins. The extra point is good. 21-17. Kyle Porter just able to walk it in. A little high step. The freshman leading his team to a lead here in the 2nd quarter.
It's here.
Kyle Porter, the sophomore, his coach says he doesn't do anything great, but he does everything well. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns today. They're big fans of him. And that drive, 50 yards in 7 plays. Sam Ellinger, the true freshman, leading his team down the field, doing it with both his arm and his legs on that drive. Roland to kick off. DJ Reed will return it. Reed, a dangerous return man. And he takes it all the way out to the 40 with 8 seconds remaining.
Gonna get a hold back, way back inside the 20. Great cut, great feel by Reed right there. K-State likely will just take a knee, run the football, and play for the second half. They'll get the ball back as they deferred before Ellinger threw the pick.
During the return, holding. Return team number 58. Half the distance, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So Bill Snyder's team jumped out to an early lead. The Longhorns have answered.
What a 2nd quarter they had.
And remember, the 2nd quarter, that's been K-State's quarter this year. So Kansas State will take a knee to run out the half. But it was Texas who did the running here in this second quarter. And they will run into the locker room with a 21-17 lead. And Sam Ehlinger imploring the fans to get up on their feet, and they are. 21-17, 4-point lead for the Longhorns. Right now, let's get you to L.A. Rob Stone and the guys.
I would always open up the door. Always looking up for higher floors. Wanna see it all anymore. I was always up for making changes. Walking down the street, meeting strangers. All my life turning pages.
A fun first half of football here in Austin, Texas, as we get set to start the third quarter. 21-7. The Longhorns lead the Wildcats of Kansas State. Justin Kutcher, Petros Papadakis, and Coach Mark Helfrich's back with you here on FS1. And guys, it was a fun first half. Quite an answer by the Texas Longhorns, falling behind early. Their true freshman quarterback, Sam Ehlinger, his first pass was an interception, and yet they respond, getting a touchdown late.
And he responded, and that's why he's the starter right now. This is a guy who's not going to be discouraged by things going wrong. Early, they go for it. He's got a fumble, a pick, but he does clean it all up, and they really started doing some very interesting things offensively, Coach.
And just like a great corner, a quarterback has to be able to press clear and build with confidence, and Ehlinger has managed this game beautifully with some big plays. K-State has to answer coming out.
K-State will receive the kickoff here to open up this third quarter. And they will start at the 25-yard line. Let's go down and check in with Shane Bacon.
Hey, Justin, Coach Herman said simply put, that first pass by Sam was the right decision. He said that's something he can live with. You make the right decision and you underthrow it, that's okay. I asked him about his ability to bounce back as a freshman, and he said you can basically throw the freshman title out. There's no such thing as a freshman with Sam Ehlinger. He's just so impressive at such a young age. As for Coach Snyder, he said, simply put, we've got to establish a ground game. They haven't run the ball well, and they can't rely on those big pass plays.
As far as the run game is concerned, just 18 yards on the ground for Kansas State in that first half. To open up the second half, the pass is complete to Dalton Schoen. And Schoen gets 5 yards on first down.
Interesting that Coach Snyder would talk to Shane about running the ball, because those aren't the plays they're calling. They're calling plays to throw the ball down the field, and right on first down they throw another bubble. That's been their identity offensively in this game.
Yeah, Ertz is taking advantage of numbers right there. Did a great job of feeding it out. Zuber doing a great job blocking.
Second down 5 with Alex Barnes in the backfield. The handoff is to Barnes, and Barnes will get 4 yards, setting up third down and 1. A look at the first half stats. The rushing yards, huge advantage for Texas. Time of possession, advantage Longhorns. Dalton Schoen had that 82-yard touchdown catch. Also a 12-yard touchdown catch. Third and 1. Ertz, the pitch to Barnes. Barnes gets tackled. Looks like shy of the marker. Anthony Wheeler.
What a tackle. As you see, the option play set up pretty good, and there's Barnes with momentum.
That was actually Malik Jefferson with that tackle.
And he is the faster between the two, the rover Malik Jefferson on the Bednarik Award watch list, and he's there because of his speed. And the defensive coordinator, Todd Orlando, likes him running through guys more at this juncture of the season.
Nick Walsh to punt. And this will go out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt for Nick Walsh. So a 3-and-out forced by the Texas defense.
Yeah, great response by the Texas defense. They're bringing a pressure into that speed option. And Coach Orlando talked about everybody doing your job. That was a great picture as P.J. Locke kind of sets the edge. Then watch Hughes come and fit it, and Malik Jefferson sprinting across the field to make the tackle on Alex Barnes.
Look at that speed.
That's great team defense. If you don't do your job and take yourself out of the play, Malik Jefferson's not running free.
Sam Ehlinger. I guess we can't call him a true freshman anymore.
Yeah, we can.
On first down to Hemphill Maps. And Hemphill Maps gets 5 or what looked like may have been a pickup of just 1. Denzel Goolsby with the tackle.
K-State again bringing that edge pressure, the Sam and Will backer, the outside backers pressuring. There's man coverage. Good job, solid gain on first down if you're Texas. That's just like a 5-yard run.
Ehlinger, pressure, runs up the middle, gets tackled from behind by Tanner Wood. Very close to that first down marker. Let's see where they put him down.
Tanner Wood did a great job of staying with the play. Young man out of Conway Springs, Kansas, a senior. There's a legend that in high school, he ran the ball for 659 yards in one game.
So the legend is, people thought it was 660?
That's a fact.
The legend is, why didn't they take him out at halftime?
No, that wasn't half.
That was a nice job by Ehlinger right there, working the pocket. Trent Tanking matched Chris Moore in the third on the swing route. It was man coverage. And scrambled for the first down. We used to call that the QB draw package. If everybody's covered, just run QB draw.
First down for Ehlinger. 4-point lead for the Longhorns. Rolling out to his right. Throws to Hemphill Maps. Stays in bounds. How about that run after the catch? Up to midfield. Picks up 13.
His body came to life once he was in the arms of Denzel Goolsby. Check him out. Watch that body come to life. Yeah. Spin out of there and get the first down. A lot of electricity on the edge for Texas right now.
68 yards on 7 catches for Reggie Hemphill Maps.
What was that name again?
Goolsby.
Pass complete to Colin Johnson. Makes a move. Johnson trying to get towards the sideline. And Johnson gets shoved out of bounds by DJ Reed, but picks up 26.
Yeah, that's a great job in pursuit by DJ Reed. He just leaves Duke Shelley. It's a hitch. Makes Shelley miss, and Colin Johnson does what he does so well. Big-time player, all the way across the field. DJ Reed gets him out of bounds.
9 straight completions for the true freshman, Sam Ehlinger. Good defense by Denzel Goolsby.
The name of the night again. Sam Ehlinger will wish he had this one back just a little bit late to Lil Jordan, and that allows Goolsby to get there and do a great job of getting that ball out. The ball's thrown to a good spot. It just needs to be thrown there about almost 10 yards earlier. He knew it.
Snaps a string of 9 straight completions for Ehlinger. Second down and 10.
And you jinxed him right there, Justin. You said 9 straight.
Ehlinger keeps it. Makes a move. Dives forward. Up to the 17-yard line.
You know, I'm really impressed with the game that Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator for Texas, has called thus far. They don't have a lot of things that they can depend on down in and down out, but they find a way to piece it together, and they're doing it against a really good D. There's Coach Beck. Looking cerebral in those glasses.
He's too young to wear those.
Third down and 3. It was those long nights as a GA under Bill Snyder. Ehlinger, little pitch. It's a fumble.
It'll be an incomplete pass.
Because a little shovel pass.
It's an incomplete forward pass.
A lot of people
Fourth
run
down.
this just as Texas is here off of a power action. It's a way to run option football out of a normal play that you run. There's a down, and then you'll see the guard pulling right behind this action, and he just drops it.
A little bit safer than a pitch to the side because you are going to get the incompletion there. I thought that Warren, if he caught it, he could have gotten the first down.
Now a 34-yard field goal attempt here for Joshua Rowland, 2 for 5 on the season in field goals. And Rowland is good for 34. The Longhorns now lead 24-17 here in Austin over Kansas State.
What's going on?
So, those financial regulations being talked about, they could affect your accounts. So let's get together and talk and make sure everything's clear.
Thanks. Yeah, that would be great.
We've grown to over $900 billion in assets under care by being proactive, not reactive. It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
The ALDS continues tomorrow on FS1.
Next Saturday on FS1, TCU, K-State. Then Ohio State, Nebraska. College football on FS1.
24-17, Texas now leading the 3-1 Kansas State Wildcats thanks to the last 4 drives. 17 unanswered points. Sam Ehlinger has led this team in a big-time way.
No question. And so many of those, even the huge play to Colin Johnson, that was a hitch. That was a 5-yard hitch. Those are some of the things that Shane Buechele did not execute really well. And we might see the development of a future star here in Sam Ehlinger.
And part of having success at a place like Texas is get the ball to your 5-star playmakers and let them do it. Like that was exactly what they just did with Colin Johnson. Get him on a hitch and let him create.
Joshua Rowland to kick off. DJ Reed back deep, and he will take a knee. I'm impressed he caught the ball with that cannon going off at the same time. That's good hands, good concentration. Speaking of good hands, Allstate is proud to be part of the team that comes together to do good by contributing to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. To date, Allstate has contributed millions in scholarship funds. All right, let's see what Jesse Ertz has. Kansas State, they have not gotten their run game going. We haven't seen Jesse Ertz run as much as we thought we'd see him run.
He's been throwing the ball downfield, and when you throw the ball to downfield, you're not calling run plays.
He's got his fullback in there in Winston Dimmel. Play action. Ertz throws high, deflected into the hands of Pringle. And Pringle is down at the 47-yard line, a 28-yard completion.
I think he was throwing that up to
Did he draw it up?
As you see that against, right, exactly. He did draw that up. Great awareness by Pringle staying with the play. Texas has had trouble with that 3-man side covering the number 2 receiver. That's happened in a couple other games this season. A great finish there by Pringle.
Off the hands of Dimmel into the hands of Pringle. They swing it out quickly to Dominique Heath. Stays in bounds and takes a licking as he gets 7 yards. PJ Locke, the first one there.
Kansas State giving Texas a little bit of their own medicine here, throwing the ball downfield and trying to work the perimeter.
And I love to see Byron Pringle. Watch him. He just caught a huge pass, and now he's going to block this guy into the bench. Great job by Pringle.
Second down, the handoff to Barnes, and Barnes gets wrapped up by Malik Jefferson. Just shy of the first down marker. He got 1. It's 3rd and 1.
I was going to say this might be 4-down territory, but with how McCrane can kick it, it might be in field goal. They are in field goal range. Good patience there by Malik Jefferson, letting the play develop, then attacking it setting up this third down.
What will Kansas State do? Is the run game going to be there for them?
Watch some hijinks out of this formation or quarterback sneak.
3 tight ends in. Play clock down to 1. Barnes, the flag is thrown. Barnes has enough for the first down. Did they get the play off in time?
They got the play off according to the back judge. I think it's going to be, again, a hold on the edge. And again, after Barnes already had he would have had the first down anyway.
Holding offense, number 38. 10-yard penalty, replay third down.
They got their excellent fullback, Winston Dimel, son of the offensive coordinator, Dana Dimel. I like the play call, bunch everybody up and trying to get around the edge. The play clock just there turns to 0. And penalties on the left side. There's number 38. That is a lock hold. I don't know if he would have had the first down. He was holding on to Deshaun Hughes.
Need to do that, yep.
Now it's 3rd and 11. Justin Silliman is in.
Crowd coming alive.
Hurts to Heath. Bobbles, can't come down with it. John Bonney there defending Dominic Heath.
That was just a great contested third down. 6-man pressure. They pick it up. Ertz throws it on time. Great spot outside. And just a great finish by Bonney ripping that ball out.
Heath had a chance to catch this 2 or 3 times.
That's where you'd like to see a receiver come back and plant it, go towards the QB, and he might get PI. Pass interference.
Nick Walsh. High punt. Hemphill Maps lets it go by him. Is it kept in? It is at the 1-yard line.
Wow. That is such a weapon.
A 47-yard punt. A.J. Parker on special teams gets down there. 99 yards as they'll be backed up to the 1 as Texas. Mike DeFee, the referee, has the headset on because the previous play, the punt, is under review. Nick Walsh got the punt off. A.J. Parker.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. 1st and 10 at the 1-yard line.
All right, there you have it.
Yeah, the key there in college football, it's the ball. Does the ball break the plane? Almost like scoring a touchdown. Does the ball break the plane? Doesn't matter where his left foot is. Everybody will see his left foot is clearly on the line there, but the ball, by accident, A.J. Parker chests it back into play, but it doesn't break the plane.
All right, so
Great
now
kick.
Texas takes over at the 1 in Petros. You think this is a big test now for Sam Ehlinger?
Well, when you have a freshman quarterback, all of these different situations, you wonder how he's going to handle. But coming out is one of the hardest ones. But they are at home, what makes it a little easier.
Kyle Porter in the backfield. It's a give to Porter, and Porter will get a yard. Kyle Ball on the tackle, and Porter, he's coming out. Looks like he's hurt just a bit.
Not a big gain, but again, Porter does a nice job just putting his left foot in the ground and going vertically there to eliminate any chance of a safety.
And notice no freshman tailback right now in the game, not coming out of this end zone.
Chris Warren is a back who came in. Ehlinger from the end zone. Airing one out, and he throws it to the bench.
That's a good miss. You don't want to take a sack. Obviously, that's a safety. If you hold it too long, potential for holding in the end zone, which is a safety. We'll see his view and watch Chris Warren pick up this blitz right there, right in front of him. I love how Ehlinger stands in there and just gets rid of it. Play another play.
Will Geary took a shot at him at the end, and that's a real tough part about coming out of the end zone. They can't move Will Geary, the defensive tackle for K-State.
3rd and long. Ehlinger stepping up, throws, and that is incomplete for Colin Johnson. DJ Reed there on the coverage.
Now this is a great opportunity for Kansas State with the great coverage there from DJ Reed. He is their best corner, one of the best in the Big 12 Conference, and he plays with a lot of speed and fire. But this is a great opportunity for K-State to start to play the game they want to play. Flip the field, start to run the ball, get a little confidence back in your offense, and put Texas on the sideline.
And defense and special teams, right? They down it inside the 2. Now they're kicking out of their own end zone with a short snap. You're going to have a short field just no matter where he kicks it.
Michael Dixon, one of the best punters in the country, trying to get off a good one quickly. DJ Reed from the 49-yard line. Reed. He will be brought down at the 34-yard line. A 48-yard punt, a 14-yard return. Kansas State, a look at their play selection. Much more effective with the pass than with the run.
And that is not usually their balance. They are much more of a run-heavy team. They've thrown the ball a lot more. Almost 2/3 this season they've run the ball more than they've thrown. That's not been the case tonight.
A lot of that by virtue of how Texas is playing them. And so he's throwing those bubble screens a little bit more, getting it out quickly. But it would have been a run call.
The last 3 drives, K-State has gone 25 yards. Barnes goes in motion.
Dimmel, the fullback, stays in the backfield with Ertz right here. Could be a quarterback run to the top.
There it is, kept by Ertz. And Ertz diving across the 30 will get 4 yards, setting up second down and 6. P.J. Locke gets credit for the tackle.
Good recognition here by the K-State offensive coaches how Texas was aligned as the tailback went in motion. There was nobody on the top edge, which created that void for Ertz to fill for game.
Abdul Beecham had lost his shoe, and Scott France was trying to help him put it back on.
Teammates.
And Heath looks like he's got the first down.
So yeah, that's just another picture of another run with a built-in bubble screen. If the overhang player, the guy who's trying to play run and pass, is too tight, which you'll see him coming into your picture right here, Ertz will throw it outside, and now we've got 2-on-1 on the corner. Great job by Heath getting the first down. He needs to put that ball away. Coach Snyder will not like that.
Thank goodness he was on the other sideline.
First and 10 here for K-State. Ertz again keeps it. And he just trips over the 21-yard line.
Well, he kind of lulls his own self. He's expected to take a shot. Yeah, he's tackled by the 20-yard line.
Look at the upper body movement, though, in this guy when he runs the ball. And I love the action in the backfield, but that's just when your legs do you wrong. It happens, even to the best. And Ertz is one of the best.
Ertz is out now. He just came out of the game.
Yeah, maybe he didn't like the way his legs felt.
Alex Delton is now in.
He's played a little bit this year. Coach Snyder's going to take a timeout, though. Make sure they're in the right play with a sub in.
Kansas State takes its first time out of the
Jesse
half.
Ertz is okay. Maybe he'll come back in after the timeout. Don't go anywhere. You got to find out. Is Jesse Ertz coming back in? His team trails by 7. FS1 College Football is sponsored by the Lincoln Continental. The trophy room here, the University of Texas. There are a couple trophies in there.
They've got a few of them.
Well, Alex Delton is still in at quarterback. Jesse Ertz did not come back in. So after the timeout, second down and 7. Delton, quarterback run. Delton cuts it to the outside. And Delton is shoved out inside the 5, marked down at the 3.
Now, I don't know if Jesse Ertz has this in his repertoire, this jump outside that Delton made, Coach. He's doing a good job setting up the fullback, and then he jumps right outside Winston Dimmel, and it's a race to the pylon. What a nice play coming in cold by the backup quarterback, Alex Delton, just a sophomore out of Hayes, Kansas.
A 16-yard run for Delton. Again, they go with just Dimmel in the backfield. First and goal from the 3. Delton gets a yard.
Todd Orlando talked to us yesterday about it's basically single wing football, right? You've got a fullback and then the quarterback slash tailback in the backfield, and we're seeing what Belton can do. Coach Snyder has Jesse Ertz in his ear on the sideline. Looks like they have a package here that they like with Belton in the game.
Second and goal from the 2. Delton up the middle, touchdown! Alex Delton, the backup quarterback, comes in, runs from 16, and now takes it in from 2.
A huge hole here for Alex Delton to run through. A similar play. You'll see the puller tipping his pull. He's coming. Watch Dimmel lead him in at a huge hole. Petros would have scored untouched right there.
Maybe even today. But we saw some great Kansas State football. They flipped the field. They played defense. They had the great punt, downed it on the 1, stopped Ellinger.
And Matthew McCrane ties it up at 24. Alex Delton keeping it, taking it in untouched. 3:37 to go here in the third quarter. All tied up at 24. And Jesse Ertz loves it from his backup. All tied up at 24 here in Austin. For more on the quarterback situation for K-State, let's check in with Shane Bacon.
Yeah, Justin, Jesse Ertz walked off and he was stretching his left leg, his left knee, but no trainer came over to help him out. Nobody looked at it, examined it, and he's been fine, jumping up and down when they scored a touchdown and was really just in the play. So he looks to be okay as of now.
And right now they're working on the left elbow. You never know, falling on that turf.
I saw that he had that in pregame. He had a gash. Yeah, it looked like, just a scar you get from a previous game.
Mitch Lockbeeler kicking off, and this will be a touchback for Texas. Time for a game break. Let's go back to LA and check in with Greg Wolf.
All right, we go back to College Station. #1 Alabama and Texas A&M. Jalen Hurts to Henry Ruggs. That's sophomore to freshman. 8-yard touchdown. Alabama leads it 24-3 in the third. They have now outscored their last 3 opponents 149-6 and counting. Justin, Petros, Mark, back to you.
It's 149-6. Is that good?
That's a lot.
.337 to go here in this third quarter. All tied up at 24. Tennille Carter is in. It's kept by Ellinger, and he gets hit by Tanner Wood.
Great job by Tanner Wood, kind of baiting Sam Ellinger there for a second, then collapsing in to make the play. Sets up a 2nd and long.
That means you really know how to play against a zone read. If you're able to bait a quarterback into making a read and then go make the tackle, that means you're pretty darn experienced, and Tanner Wood is.
And he sees it every day, right, against Ertz and their offense.
2nd down and 11 after that tackle for a loss. Ellinger down the sideline. And that's incomplete for Colin Johnson. Good defense by Duke Shelley.
We've seen a lot of this from the Kansas State corners. They are physically outmatched, 5'9" versus 6'6", but look at him get up and slap this ball out again. That would have been a completion.
Such a great job finishing through the play by Duke Shelley. And again, Sam Ellinger puts that in a great spot. If that's all you can ask for, you're giving your best play a shot on a 5'9" corner. And Shelley whips it out again.
5 wide receivers in on 3rd and 11 here for Texas. The K-State defense certainly stepping up these last 2 possessions. And now Texas wants a timeout with the play clock going down to 1. The first timeout of the half for the Longhorns. 3rd and 11 coming up for Texas after this.
Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. So good! So good!
Make your commute a little sweeter in the newly redesigned Hyundai Sonata, our best Sonata ever.
2:57 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Sam Ehlinger and Texas facing a 3rd and 11 after the timeout. They go empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in.
Kansas State showing a 0 pressure, no help, 0 blitz against empty. Interesting to see if they stay with that or drop out of it.
Pressure's coming. Ehlinger escapes it. And he throws this to the sideline and out of play.
Kansas State's turning up the heat with the blitzes in the second half. That's been their adjustment, Coach.
Absolutely, and just that's something that proves that Texas is moving the football well. K-State is not a blitz team. That means you're doing things against them. Great response thus far in the second half by K-State.
Michael Dixon on to punt, and right now Texas needs Dixon to get off a good one. Switch the field position with DJ Reed and Byron Pringle back to return this punt. And there is a good one. Wow! DJ Reed all the way back to his own 6. Gets hit, still up, and now tackled at the 9. What a punt by Michael Dixon. A 64-yard punt.
Wow, you saw it all right there. Great punt, unbelievable punt. Then DJ Reed almost broke out of it.
Reed does a great job of tracking the ball down first and just not letting it get over his head. That's a veteran returner and corner. And
it was so deep, yeah, he couldn't get the returner in the shot.
Yeah, we outkicked the camera.
Love to see the punter fired up. That gets your team into it.
Is that called out kicking the coverage?
No doubt. But the coverage was there. I mean, they did a good job of ganging up on him because Reed almost escaped.
Well, Alex Delton is still in at quarterback here for Kansas State.
Interesting development there.
Yeah.
Same play they scored on.
Delton has a first down. Deshaun Elliott with a tackle, a run of 12 yards for Delton.
And he's a more sudden runner than Ertz is.
Yeah, it's the same play as they scored on. You've got a puller and a fullback coming with him. You're just outnumbered at that point, and then they add in Alex Barnes to clean up the backside. Runs through the tackle of Holton Hill.
Guys,
got trouble with Delton, too.
What about this? I mean, he hasn't even looked to throw the ball when he's been there.
Yeah, played mainly in cleanup duty. There's not a ton of film on this guy if you're Todd Orlando and Texas's defense.
Play clock down to 3. Delton again to run. Cuts it back. And Delton up to the 34-yard line. Holton Hill and Nashawn Hughes with a tackle, 11-yard run, another first down.
He's very patient runner, but a little bit different than Jesse Ertz. He's not looking to throw it. Like you said, they're not calling run-pass options for him. He's just getting behind everybody, all 10 guys.
That's 3 plays in a row. They run the exact same play. It's been flipped over once, right, because of where they were formationally. Now potentially a play-action pass off that same action.
And remember what Bill Snyder told Shane Bacon. He wants to run the ball. They have to establish the run. Alex Delton is establishing the run. Dropping back to pass. His first pass, and that is incomplete. Isaiah Zuber, incomplete, and Zuber saying, I caught it, I caught it.
And the entire K-State sideline, a quick reaction. They're obviously going to be, partial in that moment. Safe spot by Delton. Good location.
Both hands under the ball, but was the ball moving around on the ground there? It's hard to see.
Yeah, I think that's one of those, what's the thing officials say? If the ground helps the guy make the catch, it's not a catch, and it looked like that was a good call.
2nd down and 10.
You're going to take a look?
Yep.
The ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. That plays under further review.
That was the first pass attempt by Alex Delton to Isaiah Zuber, the sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
And I was surprised he got back to even give himself a chance to catch that ball. He did a good job coming back and just giving the completion a chance. Zuber really dug in there and dove, but does it get through the elbows?
Just looks like the nose right there is wedged back by the ground.
But both hands are under it.
This is always a mystery to me on what's a catch and what's not involving the ground. But
I think it's a mystery to everybody.
Back there, you don't see the ball squirting past the elbow and touching the ground on that side. It was the nose of the ball, like you said, Coach, that was dragging, but both hands were under.
Arm is under it, no question. It's a great job by Delton getting back. That guy was his 3rd option in his progression, and like you said, Zuber did a great job. We call that winning the race back to the football to at least make this close, if not a catch.
Is there enough evidence to overturn the call on the field?
I didn't think there was on the last one, and they said there was. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Let's bring in Dean Blandino and get his thoughts. Dean, catch, no catch?
Well, that seems to be my area of specialty. Some people don't. 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 My area of specialty.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands incomplete.
We apologize for that technical difficulty, but that was some pretty good special effects.
I'll just say that Dean was right. Whatever he said, we're not sure what he said, but he was right.
Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Both teams, Kansas State and Texas, trying to move to 2-0 in Big 12 play.
You love the fact that they kind of took a shot for Delton's confidence, but that does set up 2nd and long for K-State.
Justin Silliman in the backfield there with Delton. Back to pass again. Finds the open receiver, and that's Dalton Schoen, who's had himself a big night.
Now that's a quick release.
Absolutely, and again, great fit by Schoen. It's a single high look, so Schoen is running right up the hash, and Delton with excellent awareness, and as you said, stops him right in that hole just underneath Jones. And Wheeler finishes up the tackle.
A 23-yard completion. Alex Delton saying, hey guys, I can throw the ball as well. Hand off there to Silman. Silman gets a yard.
K-State doing everything they want right now. They might bleed this clock out. They won't have to snap the ball in the 3rd quarter if they don't want to.
And much more characteristic here in the 3rd quarter, what we saw from Bill Snyder's team is what they want to do. Dana Dimble setting them up with the quarterback run, bringing the back, throwing the ball downfield with the quick decisions. Delton looking very sharp here in a very hostile environment.
2nd down and 8.
They're not going to snap it.
Once again, Coach Elfrich is right. Who got scared by that cannon? That is the end of this 3rd quarter. We're all tied up at 24 between Kansas State and Texas. The backup quarterback, Alex Delton, has led K-State back in this one. FS1 College Football will return after these messages. Back here in Austin at DKR, all tied up at 24. That second quarter was a high-scoring one. Third quarter advantage K-State as we move to the fourth quarter. And Alex Delton, the backup quarterback, who anchored his high school 4x100 meter relay state championship team, is trying to anchor this team and lead them to a come-from-behind win here on the road. Running again. Look at this kid go.
So good up front right there. Again, this is single wing football. The quarterback's the tailback. They run just a power play behind the tight end and fullback by Dimmel, watch them fit right there. Big old crease for Delton to cut back through. And another huge first down.
Guys, he's got 65 yards on the ground already.
He's taken over the game, and Jesse Ertz is standing on the sideline watching it happen.
Keeping it on the ground. Anthony Wheeler was there.
Just the same play flipped over. K-State sticking with a good thing in terms of their run game right now.
They're going to run it until Texas stops it. They are not overly creative offensively.
Alex Delton, he has followed the orders of his head coach Bill Snyder. He said, we want to run the ball. We got to establish the run. He's done it. The rest of the team, not so much. Second and 8. Delton dragged down by Charles Omenahu.
That's another just the same play. Fullback, tight end, power. We got hands on hips there for Omenahu.
That's a tired defense right now, and that's the guy that's wearing him out. You see the hard breathing from the Texas front. They're fast and they're physical, but they've been on the field too long here in the second half.
Crowd's trying to help them on third down.
3rd and 4. 9th play of the drive coming up. Delton gets hit in the backfield by Omenahu. Hands on the hips. No, that was a decoy.
The Jim Brown technique right there.
A rope-a-dope.
Great defensive adjustment right here. Watch Omenahu come across his face. That's the hard part on this power play. As you're blocking back there, Abdul Beecham is the guy he smoked across. And again, a great finish by Omenahu. That guy is a giant.
7th tackle for a loss by Texas tonight. Sets up a 33-yard field goal attempt here by Matthew McCray. Connected from 54 earlier. This to give K-State the lead. And he does. 2 for 2 on the night. Silences the crowd, but really, if you're the defense for Texas, you're thinking, okay, we forced a field goal, didn't give up the touchdown. 10 straight Kansas State points, a 3-point lead here in the fourth quarter as K-State leads Texas. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Cabela's. Get to Cabela's for all your hunting, fishing, and camping needs. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Back here in Austin, and Kansas State has taken a 3-point lead thanks to 10 unanswered points with Alex Delton at the lead. The last 2 possessions, that's what Delton has done.
And like you said, Texas just did a good job. The run defense has been their identity when Texas has had positive things happen in the Tom Herman era early. And they just came through and forced a field goal.
Short kick.
Chris Boyd takes it. And Boyd gets hit at the 17-yard line. Well, coming up when we finish, it's Stanford and Utah. And Bryce Love, how impressive has he been recently?
Unreal. Home run hitter.
I am on the Love train.
Look at the numbers. How about that? Against UCLA and Arizona State, back-to-back. Are you kidding me?
They always find a great back, whether it's McCaffrey or Stephon Taylor or Toby Gerhart. There's one there, and David Shaw gives them the ball.
On first down, Ellinger pump fakes. Comes back, throws towards the sideline. Dangerous throw. DJ Reed tipped it. Intended for Colin Johnson. For those of you tuning in for that Stanford-Utah game, that game is available on Fox Business Network as well as streaming live on Fox Sports Go. We'll get you out to Salt Lake City at the immediate conclusion of our game. We've got 12:06 to go in this one. A 3-point lead for Kansas State. Justin Kutcher, Petros Papadakis, Mark Helfrich, and Shane Bacon with you here on FS1. Hemphill Maps has some blockers. Hemphill Maps very close to that first down marker.
This is a pass in the books. Watch Chris Warren out of the backfield. The fly sweep action coming to the field. Good timing on the exchange by Ellinger. Watch the tailback finish on the nickel, Jonathan Durham.
Warren takes the handoff, and he gets the first down here for Texas.
So a nice block, and they give him the ball to finish things off. Good creative play calling by Tim Beck, and obviously Texas needs a drive here. They need to keep the ball and keep their defense, who came through for him in the last drive, on the field for a little while. Let's see what Ellinger can do in the fourth quarter.
Ellinger, prior to that little shovel pass to Reggie Hemphill Maps, had thrown 7 straight incompletions. Ellinger over the middle, completes to Colin Johnson, and Colin Johnson ducked after he made that catch, lowered the shoulder so that he could absorb the contact. 19 yards.
Really good timing by Ellinger here. He wants to get this ball just in front of the safety coming in, Goolsby, to line up Colin Johnson on the motion. Little Jordan Humphrey did a great job creating some room for Colin Johnson to get started.
First and 10 at the 49. Hand up the middle to Warren. And Warren getting that push. Gets 4 yards to the 47.
Now, Texas has not been a great running team at all this year, but it seems like it's there for them a little bit more in this game as it's gone on.
Absolutely. I think that's by virtue of setting up that other stuff with the run pass option, the power read on the perimeter. That just doesn't allow Kansas State to be fully aggressive and close all this stuff down.
Second down and 6. Play action. Ellinger out of the pocket, and he's going to throw this one away, and he draws the flag. Reggie Walker with a hit on Ellinger.
He's their preseason All-American, weak side rusher type of guy, and he was there one-on-one with the quarterback, and it didn't look like a violent hit, but it was a late hit.
Foul.
Just
left in the
exactly.
Defense number 51. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
He had a key blocked field goal last week against Baylor. This could prove to be a key deal too. That's a tough call. Really not around the head or neck area. It was with his hands.
Yeah, he kind of chopped down with both hands, and maybe that's what drew the flag, but it really was kind of a bang-bang play when we watched it.
So now it's Texas ball at the 32-yard line of Kansas State. Hand off to Warren. And Warren goes right into that line up the 29, gets 3. Will Geary with a tackle, his 3rd tackle of the game.
It's a nice job by Jonathan Durham, the edge defender there that Sam Ellinger is reading, kind of bluffing outside, coming back out to help out on the tackle on Warren.
Second down and 7.
Changing the play from the sideline for the freshman.
goes for the first down. About to get sacked. Able to escape that at 6'2", 230 pounds, and then moves the chains.
That was a play they've run quite a bit. There's a shallow route coming from the top. It's basically a screen, so he's the only guy in the route. Everybody else is blocking, so that's why Ellinger can't throw it away. He has to create with something on his feet, and a big first down conversion.
Derek Kerstetter got away with one, a handful of jersey on Kyle Ball. It was pretty clear it didn't get called.
Play clock at 5. Kept by Ellinger. Up to the 17-yard line. Gets 5, sets up second down and 5.
Ellinger doing a bit of an Alex Delton impersonation here in the fourth quarter, running the ball with physicality. Now, can he run the ball like that and then drop back and throw it with touch? That's a very difficult thing to ask for a quarterback to do, to play aggressively and then be poised.
14 carries, 82 yards on the ground for Sam Ellinger.
And 2nd and 5. Coach Beck told us so much how bad they've been on first down. They did a great job so far on this drive on first down.
Ellinger, little soft pass over the middle, Dorian Leonard. And Leonard has the first down, setting up 1st and goal from the 8.
This is the same play that he scrambled out on before. There's shallows coming to this side. Everybody else is blocking in front of him. It's essentially a downfield screen. You'll see his eyes come to Leonard right there. He gets north and converts.
On 1st and goal, Ellinger looks over again. Warren in the backfield. And right there, it's kept. Ellinger with the mesh with Warren.
That was a great no-yard gain right there by Ellinger. They just blow up the mesh. Defensive coach talk about just attack the mesh. He pulls it away for Chris Warren, the 30, gets it back to the line of scrimmage in the hands of Jonathan Durham.
That could have been disaster.
Absolutely.
So it's 2nd and goal from the 8. Ellinger keeping it, and Ellinger gets tackled by Will Geary. And that's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Will Geary, such a unique specimen.
A lover of competition. And he got his money's worth on Ellinger on this one. I think he tackled him twice. Look at the big dog wearing number 60 with the little swim move and then gets right on the hips at Ellinger. Rolls him over and then rolls him over again.
Now 3rd and goal from the 10.
Showing blitz.
Blitz is picked up. Lofting one to the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Gerard Hurd.
Great call if you're Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator from Texas. It's a 0 blitz to Sam and Will. This is Kansas State's favorite pressure for 26 years. He's just got to try to throw that to a spot in the back corner of the end zone. Just a little bit wider to give Gerard Hurd a chance to run to that back pylon.
We saw Texas struggle a little bit in the red zone early in the game. 2 nice stops on the run by Kansas State and then forcing the incompletion.
Joshua Rowland connected from 34 earlier. This from 27 to tie the game up at 27. And that kick is no good. Hooks it. So K-State keeps the lead. A big miss here by Rowland, and the fans here in Austin can't believe it. The K-State bench loves it. 5:43 to go. K-State leads by 3. Time for the expectation-shattering drive of the game, sponsored by Buick. It's what we just saw by Texas. It started with that shovel pass to Reggie Hemphill Maps. Got things going for Texas offensively. And then, what a catch by Colin Johnson. How about the play from the quarterback, Sam Ehlinger, escaping pressure, running for a first down. But then this kick to tie the game by Joshua Rowland from 27 yards, and he hooked it wide. And now it's Kansas State ball from the 20, leading by 3. Off to Barnes, who gets 5.
That's a big first down gain for K-State. This is strength on strength. K-State run game, Texas run defense in the last 3 games.
It's really been a theme of this game. Kansas State throwing the ball a whole bunch early, but they've settled into their run game now. And will it be there in the 4th quarter? There's a lot to worry about for Texas's defense, including the legs of Alex Delton, who's been electric.
Alex Delton, 69 yards on 9 carries.
They're going to work this play clock as much as they can. They're checking to a play, 5 left.
Delton running into a whole bunch of white jerseys there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, setting up 3rd down and 5.
And the one thing that drive did do was get the Texas linebackers in front rested. They were all sitting on the bench, getting water. It was a long drive, so they might be ready to bow their necks here and get a big stop on 3rd down.
Great chess match here, personnel. K-State, it is in a 4 wide personnel with big Alex Barnes back there, right next to Delton.
Play clock down to 1. Delton back to pass. Let's go of it. Laying out is shown. Can't come up with it, and the Texas defense does the job, forcing the 3 and out.
Man, that is so good by your backup quarterback. Alex Delton does all the work. They get the pressure picked up. He's got his guy on the flag route. They snapped it with 1 second left on the play clock. Puts it in a good spot for Schoen after that huge first half. Just can't come up with it.
Well, Schoen is 6'1". If he was 6'5", like some of these Texas receivers, like Colin Johnson, he'd have been able to stretch and make that catch. Nice effort.
Nick Walsh to punt to Reggie Hemphill Maps. Fair catch signaled and made at the 30. A 45-yard punt by Walsh. 4:01 to go. A hard-hitting battle here in the Big 12 tonight. Both teams come in 1-0. One team will leave undefeated. Who will it be? Texas with the ball when we come back. 27-24. Kansas State leading Texas here with 4:01 to go. And for those of you tuning in for the Stanford-Utah game, that game is available on Fox Business Network as well as streaming live on Fox Sports Go. We'll get you out to Salt Lake City at the immediate conclusion of our game. And this game has been a lot of fun to call and to watch, but it's not as much fun because we're not joined by our broadcast associate Justin Tolbert, who's battling some health issues. JT, we know you're back at the hotel right now. We miss you. We love you. Get better quickly. We need you with us. On first down, Sam Ehlinger completes the pass to Reggie Hemphill Maps.
Great concentration by Hemphill Maps. Looked like that ball was tipped.
And does Ehlinger have the juice to do it? He's got 3 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. He's at home. Great Kansas State defense up against him, but this offense has had it going pretty good in the second half.
Second down and 3 now for Texas.
A bluff zero pressure again by K-State.
Here comes that pressure. Johnson breaks a tackle across the 45.
Great call by Texas. You can see that's coming. That's Kansas State's empty check is to zero blitz. A great call into that is a screen. Get it to your best player in space. They get one block there. He's run that shoot.
Empty backfield again here for Ehlinger. High throw to the sideline, incomplete for Hemphill Maps. And guys, I don't know about you, but I'm watching this right now and I'm having flashbacks, and I'm guessing a lot of Texas fans as well, to the USC game. You got your freshman quarterback out there. You're down in this game, a chance to come back and either tie it or take the lead.
But I think he's proven that he has the right mentality for Coach Herman. Sam Ehlinger's going to go out there and keep playing no matter what. And that's what Texas needs at this juncture.
Yeah, he's been impressive. K-State's changed up coverage constantly. They've pressured constantly. And he's played well. And this is a chance to lay his claim to this job.
2nd and 10, pressure coming. Able to get rid of it just in time. Reggie Walker came with the pressure. And now 3rd and 10 coming up.
So again, it's that same zero pressure. Texas has nobody in the backfield. He's unblocked. There's only 5 offensive linemen for 5 D linemen. You got to be aware of that as a QB. Get that out sooner and don't take that shot.
And they bring in Chris Warren right now, likely to try to help out picking up some of that pressure. Nope, he's going to split out wide. Tim Beck, what play does he call here on 3rd and 10? Jordan Humphrey. Humphrey makes the move. The hurdle. And it looks like Warren may have recovered it.
Wow.
And he does.
When you leave your feet, you just don't have leverage, and anything can happen to you. It looks great. It's fun to watch, but it's bad football when you leave your feet like that.
It looks a lot better on mat than it does in real life football.
There it goes for 15 yards. And Texas is lucky to recover. Ehlinger to the sideline again to Hemphill Maps. Let's go back to that completion and play by little Jordan Humphrey.
Great job by Ehlinger standing in there. It's that same pressure. Little Jordan, look at the ball get off his chest as he goes midair. That's horrible ball security. Look how easily it comes out. If they win this game, he better buy Chris Warren III a lot of dinners.
Tennille Carter, the freshman, is now in at tailback.
Ready.
Incomplete behind Reggie Hemphill Maps.
How K-State is deploying. You've seen they've thrown this route many times and had a lot of success with it. That's the same route they threw earlier, just on the wrong shoulder there for Hemphill Maps. That was an easy conversion.
So now 3rd and 4 coming up.
Showing that Sam and Will pressure again here. Probably going to be the blitz.
The quick pass to Hemphill Maps. That's the 11th catch. And how about that spin move? Stopping on a dime.
Really impressive, these Texas receivers after the catch. Hemphill Maps there. Little Jordan made a great move before he jumped up in the air like that. And you look at that ability to turn. Those are ball bearings for ankles to be able to do that.
Ehlinger again to Hemphill Maps. Again behind him. Incomplete.
And on the minds of Texas is that missed field goal in this same area. They want 6. They don't want to leave it up to the kicker to tie it up.
11 catches, 102 yards for Reggie Hemphill Maps, the guy who redshirted last year. Tom Herman told us Sam Ehlinger in that USC game couldn't find his mouthpiece when he was supposed to go on the field. So what did he do? He grabbed Gerard Hurd, said, "Give me yours, I'm going in."
Love that story.
Kind of gross. Not a germaphobe. Ehlinger scrambling. Trey Deshawn able to chase him out after a run of 6.
The UT faithful love this. They like the competition that Sam Ehlinger brings to the table. A lot of effort there to try to get to the sticks, and a good job staying alive.
3rd and 4. Quick pass is incomplete, looking for Hurd. There in the coverage was Kendall Adams. And so they will bring in the field goal kicker, Joshua Rowland, who just missed from 27 yards.
Love K-State's pressure. That's their deal. They're trying to attack, have that attack mentality. That was that same Sam and Will pressure. Ehlinger had a man. They just couldn't complete it.
This will be from 34 to tie it up. He hit from 34 earlier. And this time from 34, it's good. redemption for Joshua Rowland. But there's still 1:37 to go. You know that feels good for the junior. Oh, breathe a sigh of relief. 27 all. All tied up at 27 under a harvest moon here in Austin, Texas. Let's go back to the third down prior to the field goal.
Yeah, this could be a hidden huge play if K-State comes on to win this game. Tanner Wood, who had 2 huge pass deflections last week against Baylor, comes with a big one on third down. Gerard Hurd is going to convert that at a minimum. Maybe break a tackle. It's one-on-one right there. It's no help coverage. Big time play by Tanner Wood.
Joshua Rowland to kick off. DJ Reed, he will return it from 5 yards deep in the end zone. And Reed gets hit at the 17. Jason Hall with a special teams tackle.
You let DJ Reed come out of the end zone whenever he wants because he's that explosive of a returner and he can give you a great shot and great field position. But the Texas defensive mentality has really ramped up. And Hall makes a big play. And look who's back in the game. Jesse Ertz for the final drive, or at least what they want to be the final drive of the game, replacing Alex Delton, who's had a great second half.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. 2 timeouts for both teams. A minute 32. Are you playing for overtime? Are you playing for the win?
The handoff on first down to Barnes. And Barnes up to the 23-yard line.
Poona Ford's hurt here. He erupted into the backfield. As Texas takes a timeout.
It was a 6-yard run for Alex Barnes. There's Alex Delton looking on from the sideline. Don't go anywhere. All tied up at 27 with 1:25 to go.
Ever wonder what's in a beer? If it's a Bud Light, it's 4 essential ingredients: barley, rice, water, and hops. Here's to the beer you can always count on, brewed to be America's favorite light lager.
27-27 here in Austin between K-State and the University of Texas. Stanford and Utah currently airing on the Fox Business Network, also on Fox Sports Go. Stanford leading right now 3-0. Second down and 4 here for K-State. With Jesse Ertz in, throwing on second down, and he completes the pass to Isaiah Zuber for the first down.
And you wonder if that's why he's in right now. The more accurate guy, certainly by what we've seen. And you give a guy a run-pass option with a minute 19 left, you trust him.
And don't forget, all they have to do is get into field goal range because they've got that great weapon in Matthew McCrane.
No question, they might be in field goal range.
McCrane connected from 54 and 33 earlier tonight.
Poona Ford's back in there. That's good if you're a Texas fan.
Hand off to Barnes. Are you surprised by the call to hand off here?
It's how they set up their offense, but it is getting late. There's no doubt about it. If you have that kicker, you're going to want to give him a chance at least, and they've called another timeout.
Timeout taken. 1 timeout remaining apiece. Matthew McCrane.
Second timeout of the half.
That's just
30-second timeout.
That's interesting. If you hand the ball off and kind of act like you're managing the game, for you to take the timeout there, that's odd. You being K-State.
Second down and 6. The producer of tonight's game is Eric Belligmeyer. The director is Renardo Lowe. The associate director is Andy Kavanaugh. The broadcast associate, Justin Tolbert. Wyatt Kalb is our computer statistician. Scott Lightman, our statistician, up here in the booth. Mark Hancher, our spotter. Our technical director, Michael Lang. And leading our technical team is Mark Alsmeyer. A great job by our graphics team. Brian Heath working shorthanded, picking up for everybody. 2nd down and 6 here for Kansas State. 1 timeout remaining. 50 seconds to go. Ertz with plenty of time. Now he's forced out of the pocket and has to run. And Ertz will be shoved out of bounds by Nashawn Hughes.
And if there's any questions about his health, there it is right there, right? He looks downfield, great protection, sort of breaks down because it takes so long, and still able to run out of bounds and beat Hughes to the sideline.
And Hughes is a fast player. Nashawn Hughes was trying to stop him from stopping the clock, but Ertz showed a lot of speed and explosion. And it's hard to stand there for a couple quarters and then come back in and be asked to win the game.
It feels like K-State's not quite sure what to do here. Whether they're trying to get into field goal range or just get it to overtime.
Well, don't forget, Texas has a timeout now. And a timeout taken by K-State.
Kansas State takes his 3rd and final timeout of the half.
And again, probably a little uncertainty by the coaching staff there. Hey, do we want to run this, force them to use their timeout? Should we throw it to try to get a chunk? That's the kind of talk that's going on right now that leads to a little delay. Take a timeout.
What do you do?
This is a different offense that he's used to running.
Absolutely. And how they're playing Ertz right now is obviously situationally it's so different. Right? This is a no-huddle offense. They need 30-ish yards here. That's not how they're built.
And a really tough decision for Bill Snyder and Dana Dimmel to go back with Jesse Ertz after they had so much success in the 2nd half on the road in a big conference game with Alex Delton, the backup. To go back to Ertz there, it's really hard to be right, because if you put Delton in and his body's alive and he's running, you feel pretty good about it, but he might turn it over because he's a young player on the road.
And he's made some good throws, did Delton, when he was in there.
And you practice these things constantly. You practice this part of the game, then getting into overtime. But there's a lot of stuff you're simulating with a backup quarterback on both sides, really tonight. It's just hard to get all that stuff practiced.
Look at the 9 rushes for 4 yards from Jesse Ertz. That's what's amazing. Nobody would have thought that. 3rd and 9 with 41 seconds to go. Texas with a timeout remaining. K-State out of timeouts.
Play action.
Ertz taking the shot downfield. And that is picked off. Intercepted by Deshaun Elliott. His 5th interception in his last 3 games.
And electrifies the crowd twice. Big 12 Player of the Week already. Deshaun Elliott with a very athletic play to give Texas a chance.
Yeah, now Texas with 1 timeout. Again, the play of the day might be Isaiah Zuber getting him on the ground. Comes over the top, the safety come into your picture. There he is making the pick. Just great ball skills by Elliott. And again, such a big deal by Isaiah Zuber here, number 7, becoming a defender. Getting him on the ground and making it at least a long field for Sam Ehlinger.
And that play action did not hold the Texas defense. They had very good coverage.
Yeah, 3rd and 12. You could kind of see that coming.
The 5th interception of the season for Deshaun Elliott. All 5 of those coming in the last 3 games. So here's Sam Ehlinger with 1 timeout remaining. 32 seconds to go. Tie game. Time, throwing, Hemphill Maps has it across midfield. The clock will stop for the 1st down.
The key there, just unbelievable pass protection that time by the Texas offensive line. They're going to try to clock it.
They do. Stop the clock with 21 seconds. The career long and the season long for Joshua Rowland is 49 yards for a field goal.
You're going to see Hemphill Maps come from the left side of your screen. Ehlinger again all day. Little Jordan Humphrey cleared out that right side, opening the lane for Hemphill Maps. Great vision by Ellinger, hitting him in stride. Sam and Willard coming. It's that zero pressure again by K-State. Ellinger identifies it. Ellinger running. And he gets out of bounds. He also gets the first down.
He wanted Colin Johnson to block Duke Shelley and spring him all the way to the end zone. He saw it, but Colin Johnson did not see it in time.
You see what all these Texas coaches talk about. He's running the show now. He's directing traffic. He's pointing out who's pressuring and then executing with his feet. Same pressure.
14 seconds. Ellinger completes the pass to Humphrey, who gets out of bounds again to stop the clock with 10 seconds.
Great work here by Coach Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator. It's that same zero pressure, quick flat route, get out of bounds. 10 seconds left. You got that timeout in your hip. You can play the field here if you're Sam Ellinger. Know that you have the timeout. You can work anywhere. Same blitz.
Ellinger again to the sideline, incomplete with 7 seconds. It would be a 45-yard field goal from right here. The season and career long for Joshua Rowland is 49 to match his jersey number.
And Ellinger gives him a pat on the head. What a great drive by the freshman quarterback. Growing up before the eyes of the UT faithful here at DKR.
Remember, K-State has no timeout to try to ice him. From 45 yards out for the game winner. And this one is no good.
Very close. Looked like it was going to sneak in, but it didn't.
Just outside. Started to draw in there, and when Phil Necro back to the outside. Keep your head up. We're going to need you here, Mr. Rowland. If you're a Texas fan. Starts coming in and then stops.
Had the distance.
What's the fake Bevo's name?
Fake Bevo?
Fake the stuffed Bevo. He was calling it good for a long ways out. Let's play some extra football.
Why not?
What a game here in Austin. Alex Delton is in there. He'll take the knee, and that will run out the clock here in regulation. Tom Herman and Texas going to overtime against Kansas State. We will come back for overtime on Bill Snyder's 78th birthday. He's got to work extra. Overtime is sponsored by TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install smarter. TireRack.com. Well, if we're going to overtime, that means we're tied. 27-27. Kansas State and Texas. Here are the rules for overtime. The coin toss determines offense, defense, and the end zone. Each team gets a possession at the opponent's 25-yard line. The team retains that ball until it scores or fails to make a first down, as the team's captains come out for the coin toss. Joshua Rowland missed the 45-yarder at the end of regulation.
Okay, gentlemen, listen up. This is overtime. A little bit different, okay? The winner of the toss has the option of offense, defense, or which end of the field you want to play on. So when the winner chooses that, the loser of the option will have the choice of which end of the field we'll play on. After we toss this coin, if we go to a second overtime period, we won't toss again. The loser of this toss will have the option in the second period and so forth. We get to the third period, you got to go for two. Each team will have one timeout. We clear? All right, Kansas State, you're the visitor.
Tails.
This is tails, this is heads. Heads, this is tails. The call is tails. Tails is his call. It is tails. You won the toss. You can't defer. You want your offense or defense. You want defense, which means you're going to be on offense. Which
It's
end
an
of the field you
adventure.
want to play on?
That's the thing, man. You talk about taking things for granted. Everybody jumped on Dayton Valentine. Dayton Valentine called for the defer.
Texas has elected this end of the field. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Shake hands, gentlemen. Let's have a good one.
All right, well, here is why we're in overtime. Joshua Rowlands had a field goal attempt from 27 yards. That was to tie the game. This from 45 to win the game. One was hooked, one was just right. And I'm going to ask you this, Coach. When you were in a game in overtime, which would you want, the ball first or defense?
You want to be on defense because you know what you need, and if you have a turnover on defense, you can win the game. A scoop and score is alive, a pick six is alive, and then conversely, if they kick a field goal or score a touchdown, you know exactly what you need. And you also have to go love up your kicker right now.
Oh, yeah.
Tell him, hey, Sam Ehlinger threw a pick on the first play from scrimmage, and he's played really well.
Decided advantage for Kansas State in the kicking department here in overtime. They're on defense now, but you wonder who's going to play quarterback for Kansas State.
Well, there's no wondering here. Sam Ehlinger's the quarterback for Texas with Chris Warren in the backfield. On first down, Ehlinger throwing to the end zone. Touchdown, Gerard Hurd. His first pass of the game was an interception. His first pass of overtime is a 25-yard touchdown pass.
The moment is not too big for Sam Ehlinger.
No, and Coach Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator from Texas, dials up a huge one. It was a too-high safety look. We'll take a look at it after the kick. Comes off that play they ran over and over again, and K-State really started to jump, and they took advantage of it.
Here's Joshua Rowlands' extra point, and that's good.
Just watch right up here, this interchange. He goes vertically. He comes right down the pipe, and there's nobody in the middle of the field. Great awareness by Ehlinger. He looks off the safety, holding that backside safety, and finding a wide open Gerard Hurd.
And you knew that everybody was going to trend toward Colin Johnson, the big wide receiver, and he was the one over there holding the safety along with the eyes of Sam Ehlinger. Great execution by the Texas offense with a freshman quarterback throughout the game, really.
29 for 50, 368, 2 touchdowns, and an interception for Ehlinger.
And just like we talked about with K-State's defense, now if you're Todd Orlando and the Texas defense, a fumble is called upon, a pick, you catch it and get down in the game.
Alex Delton is in at quarterback for K-State. And we're going to have movement on the line. False start against Kansas State.
False start. Offense. Number 62. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
This is where Dalton Reisner needs to show his leadership there, settle down that right side. It looked like that was on the center because multiple guys moved. 1st and 15, not necessarily the end of the world. Everything's going to be 4-down territory here if you're Kansas State.
Delton will keep it. And you can feel it right now. This Texas defense, they want to fly to that ball.
Yeah, P.J. Locke, the nickel, comes off the edge up top and runs down Delton from the backside. Great pursuit.
Second down and 13. I think you brought up a great point, Coach. 4-down territory automatically. Six on the play clock. Play clock down to 1. Just gets it off. Handoff. Barnes has the first down inside the 10. What a big play and a big answer by Kansas State.
That took a lot of air out of the crowd here, and DKR
Edge pressure, they just don't get that guy across the face. Those are those gaps. Those are the discipline we talked about with Coach Todd Orlando, the defensive coordinator. Everybody has to do their job. Right there, that looks like Puna Ford, a spectacular player for him. Just doesn't cross the face of the offensive lineman.
A 20-yard run for Alex Barnes. First and goal from the 8. Delton to the end zone. Touchdown. Wow. This place was loud. It just got really quiet.
How about the decision to go with Alex Delton, not only to kneel the ball at the end of regulation, but to come back in overtime after Jesse Ertz was asked to have a game-winning drive and couldn't come through. Here comes the backup, and they run the same play they've been running, just stretching it out. Texas, great at pursuing. Sometimes a little bit of over-pursuit there, and that allows Delton to cut back and find the end zone.
Great finish by Delton. I love the fact he maintained great ball security there. Don't reach the ball on first down and run it through the goal line.
Matthew McCrane for the extra point to force double overtime. And that's what we're doing. Double OT. After a false start to open up their drive. A 20-yard run by Alex Barnes. Gerard Hurd with a touchdown for Texas. Alex Delton, the touchdown for Kansas State. Double overtime. Here we come. All tied up at 34 as we go to double OT. But before that, let's go to Greg Wolf in LA for an update on the game that follows us.
Yeah, Justin, thanks. Coming up next on FS1, Stanford, number 20, Utah. Zach Moss, 2-yard touchdown run. The Utes lead it 7-3 in the first. This game currently airing on Fox Business Channel and Fox Sports Go. It will immediately follow K-State, Texas on FS1. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much. Here we are in double overtime now. Kansas State will start with the ball. Alex Delton back in there. Just ran it in from 8 yards out. Delton. A couple of touchdowns on the day.
Possible play action down here. Everybody in the building expecting quarterback run or hard ball run.
They pass on first down towards the sideline to Isaiah Zuber.
Zuber's excited. You can hear him yelling. Did a good job of ducking to the sideline and really turning on those legs. Nice play on first down.
That's such an underrated play by the quarterback. Just a great job identifying the look, getting out on the edge and throwing it perfectly to that downfield arm pin.
Delton very poised.
7 yards for number 7. Second down and 3. Delton running. Delton, flag is thrown as he gets tackled. What a tackle by Brandon Jones. Let's wait to see what this flag is for, though.
Man, did he get underneath his guard, Tyler Mitchell, number 62, who pulled around, but it was a big mess in there.
Holding. Offense. Number 61. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Negates the 13-yard run.
Yeah, big-time foul on Abdul Beecham. He's the left guard right here. Again, it's just a power play. You got the pulling guard and everybody out in front. And again, that's a tough one. Great patience, as you just said, by Delton, increasing that play. Well, Mannyhu's drawn 2 holds tonight, right?
Second down and 13 now. Delton fakes the pass. Another flag. And this time it's Malik Jefferson. The ball is covered up by Dalton Schoen.
Just look at this. If you're K-State, it's first and goal. Flipped over, a penalty, a fumble. This could be third and goal from the 30.
Holding. Offense. Number 38. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay third down.
You wonder how long of a
Second
field
down.
goal Matthew McGrain might have to make.
So they elect to take the penalty. So now they'll be second down, trying to back it up. There's 38, Dimmel, who's flagged.
And he was holding on to Nashawn Hughes there, but kind of just...
That's a tough call.
Kind of just shed it off.
This stage of the game, that's a tough call.
Especially after another holding call the previous down, and Dimble's not happy.
Would be a 55-yard field goal from here. McCrane connected from 54 earlier. That's a season long. It's 2nd and 23.
Showing pressure from the right side of the offense, the field side. There's two guys coming from Texas.
The handoff to Barnes, and Barnes is tracked down right away by Jeffrey McCulloch. A pickup of just 2.
Third and a bunch. Now again, do you have Delton pull it down, do his thing, get into a more manageable field goal situation? Their kicker is very confident, but it wouldn't hurt to be a little bit closer.
You just can't lose yardage here.
Exactly.
If you're Kansas State. If you lose yardage, you're really hurting yourself like you have on this entire drive.
Showing pressure. Delton moves around in the pocket, throws, incomplete for Dalton Schoen. Dalton Reisner is down, slamming the turf with his hand.
He's been battling ankle problems. The great tackle for Kansas State, Dalton Reisner. A lot of pressure here. Nice pickup by Barnes on Deshaun Elliott, the safety who came on a blitz. The ball just wasn't accurate enough to get to Schoen, who did come free.
Absolutely. If Dayton Valentine could hold up a half count longer, that throw is finished by Delton, and it's a conversion. Great pressure dialed up by Coach Todd Orlando, defensive coordinator in Texas. All he talked about yesterday with us was attack, attack, attack. Great job attacking there.
53-yard attempts.
Delay of game.
Oh, my gosh.
And if you're the sideline from K-State, you got to keep somebody's assigned to do that. This is not the situation.
There is no foul for a delay of game. I was trying to pump the play clock to 25 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 25 seconds.
Interesting situation. So obviously an administrative issue by the officials. Obviously the crowd doesn't like it. I guarantee there's a bunch of people sitting on couches in Kansas that didn't like those last 2 holding calls. Everybody kind of evens out. He takes responsibility for it. The referee, great job explaining it briefly to Tom Herman. Play ball.
53-yard attempt for Matthew McCrane. Here in double overtime. McCrane was making from 55 in pregame into the winds earlier today. This is off the upright and no good. He had the distance.
Wow, did he?
Ton of distance. Wow.
That's a sound you don't want to hear if you're a Kansas State supporter. Wow. But Texas loves it. Now remember, the Longhorns still have to go win this game, and they've had troubles with
Texas theoretically in field goal range right now. Psychologically, score a touchdown. Sounds like Mike Shumper. I got a lot of iron.
It sounds like the bell tolling.
I was thinking Francisco Lindor's grand slam last night.
We all got something.
Now it's up to Bill Snyder's defense to come up with a stop to see if we'll play a triple overtime. Ellinger's joined in the backfield by Chris Warren. A field goal will win it here for Texas. Ellinger on the quick pass to Johnson. Johnson trying to break the tackle. Cannot. DJ Reed holding on for dear life. A 12-yard pickup for Colin Johnson.
A little bit of a rub route right here. A vertical by Lil Jordan. Frees up. Colin Johnson and DJ Reed competing his way to make him play another snap.
Nice tackle by Reed. Don't you just center it and kick it here, Coach?
If you trusted your kicker, absolutely. You have no idea what his mindset is, though. I would try to score a touchdown.
Ellinger will keep it on the ground. Ellinger barrels over a defender. Just knocked over Denzel Goolsby. A 9-yard run, 1st and goal coming up.
The crowd will love this replay. Watch Ellinger lower his shoulder. We've seen this kid. He is built running through Denzel Goolsby.
Goolsby's had 11-plus tackles on the day, but he catches the business end of the forearm of the quarterback for the Longhorns. Sam Ellinger, a stud.
1st and goal from the 4. Warren still moving those feet. And Warren is down at the 1. That's the 1st down.
Sets up 1st and goal. They're going fast.
It's Warren again, this time getting stuffed.
Remember, Texas lost the game in double overtime to USC. Big opportunity here.
Great job finishing play by Will Geary there. Wrapping up all 6'4", 250 of Chris Warren III.
2nd and goal from the 2. Ellinger. Tackled at the 2. 3rd and goal for the 2 coming up.
Getting that time, Trey Dishon, Will Geary, all those guys just submarining inside. They're in goal line package, get 5 D linemen.
This is extra football. These teams are tired, but this is the moment for Kansas State.
Sport.
A timeout taken by Kansas State.
Kansas State takes his timeout. 30 seconds.
If you're the Longhorns, all you can do is run it again. You don't want to put the ball in the air and do anything wacky.
Does the ball leave the hands of Ellinger on this one?
I would.
Not if it was up to me.
Don't mess with a read play right here. They've had a couple issues with the mesh getting blown up. One time the ball was on the ground, one time it wasn't.
What about kicking down to protect yourself from a bad snap or something like that?
A lot of people would do that right here again. They've had so many issues in the kicking game. You just don't know the mindset of young Josh Rowland right now. You know you're going to need him.
Rowland on the season now is 4 for 9 in field goals. This is 3rd and goal from the 2.
Looks like they're setting up to run the zone play back up top and cut it back to that wing.
Here's Ellinger. Hands it off to Warren. And Warren still moving the feet. The push. Touchdown. Texas wins it. It's the Reggie Bush push.
Scrum for the ball game. Just a wad of humanity here that we'll see on the replay after we see the great emotional reactions on both sides. Turns into a rugby scrum, a physical finish by all those guys in burnt orange, and they just play. Look at the finisher. They've been waiting for this out of Chris Warren III. He's got 6 defenders on him, and Sam Ellinger does his best Matt Leinart and gets Chris Warren III into the end zone. See this all the way through.
He makes a nice cut here, Coach, but he does kind of stop his forward progress until he turns his back to the defense.
Jake McMillan, Sam Ellinger, getting him into the end zone. Did they pull him in? He didn't pull him in. He pushed it in. He pushed him in 100% legal.
And Chris Warren is not their most physical back, but they trust him the most.
After further
with the
review,
football.
the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Tough way to finish for Bill Snyder's birthday, but a great battle.
Wow. Double overtime victory, 40-34. They lost one time in double overtime this year. to USC on the road. This time they get the victory here at home. Let's go down to Shane Bacon on the field, who's joined with Coach Herman.
Justin, Coach, unbelievable game. You've been a part of a double overtime game already this season. This one ended a little bit better for you guys. How impressed were you with your squad?
Really impressed. I know our defense was on their heels pretty much the entire second half. The offense kept them in it, and the defense came up huge in that second overtime to force a missed field goal, and then obviously we ran the football really, really well down there.
Yeah, Sam was incredibly impressive. You were excited about your offense headed into this week. You said you started to feel them gelling, them meshing so well. Sam was all the way through this game, played incredibly well, including this overtime.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's certainly not perfect. He did some true freshman things that may not show up on TV, but he gives us a chance with his legs. When things break down, he can scramble, and then his toughness was on display down there in the second overtime, running over some people too.
Well, first time Texas is 2-0 in the Big 12 since 2013. Great win, Coach.
Thank you very much. Hook 'em horns.
Back to you guys.
Hook 'em horns for Tom Herman and the Longhorns as they win in double OT, 40-34 over Kansas State to move to 2-0 in Big 12 play. Let's get you out to Salt Lake City for Stanford and Utah. Eric Collins, Danny Cannell, A.J. Hawk on the call. Eric, take it away.